What's going on? What's going on? What is going on? How's everybody doing? Good evening. Starting a little bit earlier today um, than I usually start. I usually start around this time between, you know, uh, trying out some new things. So it's my once a month open panel, the session, kind of a uh, ask me anything type of dynamics. Um, you know what I'm saying? Or we just do a little chop up session. If anybody want to come up on the panel, I'll drop the link down in the description. Um, this is just more of a we just chopping it up type of deal. You know what I'm saying? I do this once a month, more interactive, give a little break from the show, and more of a, less of a one way talking dynamic. So let me give a shout out to the people that showed up in the chat. We got Just Act Shar showing up. What's going on, Shar? How you doing? The producers in the house, starting the clock right now. Anything over 3 hours devolves into debauchery and delinquency and dysfunction. So we try to keep the streams below 3 hours around here. And if you want more, then we'll just do it again at another time. Uh, per the edict from the producer, right? Um, but yeah, how's everybody's week? We got Shardra in there. What's going on, Shardra, man? Shardra is look. I told me and Shardra be in the back talking. This man be talking about the bread, the money. I'm with it. I'm with it. Okay. Right. We got our sister Poetic Kels. How you doing? Hope everything is well. The weather over here for me, y'all, is wet. It is typhoon season. It's rainy season. It's been raining nonstop. It's actually a little late. Usually starts late May, all through June, then like the first week of July, but it is really kicked on in the last week or so. So I don't know if it was a light winter. It wasn't really cold as much, but I moved, so I'm not in my old area where it's actually cooler and colder there. It's actually more humid and hotter and wet here. So that's what it is. Hope y'all loving the setup. I wanted to upgrade. I had this already, but I wanted to get my quality up. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just me. Everybody can do whatever they want to do, but I want to raise my bar of my quality of presentations for you guys. So have you. So, it will be incrementally done. You'll see the channel morphing and changing in a little more different way. Okay. So let me read these off also. We got I'm listening in the chat. Appreciate you. Appreciate you for coming through. Please hit the like button so we can give you you know what I'm saying, so we can show you back the support for supporting the channel by hitting the like button. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to drop the link, pin it to the chat. If you would like to come up, come up. There's this brother from Baltimore that I've always watched, for a long time since I've been watching YouTube. He's been on YouTube for a long time, and he's went through a major process that he's changed and stuff like that. So let me go ahead and sorry about this. Get this going. Should have had this going already, but I'm gonna put this in the chat right here. And then I'm going to pin it to the top of the chat. So, hope that is in there. I hope it's well. Okay, yeah. So it's up there. So, all right. So anyway, so this brother he went through a major process. He kind of changed up a lot of the stuff that he was doing with his content, but this is his earlier content, and I wanted to just dive in deep into it. You know what I'm saying? You'll feel free to jump into it if you want to. He talks about relationships in his viewpoint at the time of his age. His name is HotdamnRock. And HotdamnRock, you probably remember him for his brotherly love little skits that he did with the Mario brothers, Mario and Luigi. I'm like, they were really pretty good. The lighting was pretty good. He did a lot. And me being a person that's into film, into video work, things of that nature, that really speaks volumes to me. Really speaks volumes to me. Hold on one second. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. So, where were we? Let me get my beverage here, water and stuff and everything. All right, my bad. I'm back now. So, so he was going through a major process, and he lost one of his best friends. He was going through some changes. Well, with his health started deteriorating. No one knew what it was. He couldn't keep any foods down. He couldn't eat. He couldn't do that. And he didn't know what it was. And his friend worked at the hospital. I think his friend was a nurse, if I may recall. And his friend was helping him and whatever while he was going through what he was going through. And his friend committed suicide. And that tore him up because they were best friends since ever. And, you know, I'm from, you know what I'm saying? He's from Baltimore, I'm from Baltimore. So I understand how that tore him up because Baltimore is like a very small city. Very small city. Everybody knows each other. So when you have a friend, like that's your friend. And if you, especially you have a friend from childhood all the way up to adulthood, that's like family. You know, where a lot of times we notice as adults is our friends can be more family than our family, if that makes any sense. If that makes any sense. But what that means is basically, but these are his earlier works. I just wanted to unpack it because some of it is true. Some of it we can laugh at, we can have a good time. But a lot of times we can point out some things with it. So I'm going to get in here. We're going to play it. But I want to make sure people get in the room, like and share the stream. Before we get in that, I just wanted to break down what we're going to be kind of going with and doing today. Before we get into something, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm listening. It's the second in Japan already. Yeah, it's about 9 a.m. in the morning on Friday here in the island of, you know what I'm saying, in Nippon, you know what I'm saying. So Honshu Island, you know, the main island of Japan. But yeah, it's the second. Yesterday was my oldest son's birthday. So he's 25. And today is my father-in-law's birthday. I think he's 74. So my grandson's birthday was a week at it was the 22nd of June. And my middle son's birthday, it was May 1st. So, and then my granddaughter's birthday is August the 29th, if I'm make sure, you know what I'm saying? So that hurts the pockets a little. That hurts the pockets a lot. Middle son, grandson, oldest son, father-in-law, then granddaughter. Then my birthday is like September, and then my niece is the 29th of October. My wife's is the 22nd of November, and my youngest son is the 22nd of November. So, yeah. So that's that trifecta, right? Just going through all the way almost to December. So what that means is, but yeah. Now in the news, I'm just bring these things up, these current events that's been in the news. Bill Cosby. Elephant in the room. Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby. Basically, he's out, right? And he doesn't have to register as a sex offender, and you can never try him again for whatever was said, right? So you cannot take him to court for it. You can't do anything about it unless he does it again and so forth, right? So what does this say about a lot of things? Did he do it? Yes, because he obviously admitted to it. But this is where they lied, basically a mischaracterization of justice, because once you agree to a deal or something and he paid the civil charges and the woman was in contact with them back and forth, through the years and so forth, and she was getting money and something like that, then it comes to a point in time where was justice served? Well, they made a deal. They lied to the man. He went to jail. He served 3 years. They tried to get him to cop the other stuff, and they reneged on the deal. And he obviously had the money and the lawyers to get out of it. Now, my question is how many other people, black, white, indifferent, don't have those deep pockets where a deal was struck? Because a lot of times, going to trial and everything else. You know what I'm saying? Going to trial and everything else. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what's up, my favorite Canadian Jamaican person is here. I do not have the things, the thing that Char has, but happy Canada Day, Ruby. Happy Canada Day. That's crazy, right? Because it's what? It's the first for you, right, Ruby? So it's Canada Day for Ruby, for the Canadians, and then it's like the 4th of July, right, coming this weekend. I think the 4th of July is Sunday, right? So get your barbecues ready. We just had Juneteenth. Now it's the 4th of July. I was like, man, you know what I mean? Economy's going to be bustling and boom. So, but how has been everybody's week? It's like a short week. Then you going into another short week. So like, how's everybody's week? Let me go and check the comments down here. But how's everybody's week? Like my week has been pretty, everything. I've been catching the Olympics. I've been actually catching, well, not the Olympics per se, but I've been catching the qualifiers. Man, the women are just killing it, man. They're killing it right now. I'm like the fellas are killing it too, but the women, I watched that routine with Simone Plies, if I'm saying her name, what I'm saying, correctly. Here's a side note to that also, with this young lady, is her brother that was charged with some type of crime has been exonerated. So I remember around last year or something, when she was getting ready for the Olympics before the COVID hit or something like that, her brother was charged with a crime or something like that. And he's been exonerated. So he's not implicated in the crime. He's been exonerated. They released him. So that's good news. If y'all didn't know about that, that was a follow-up story of what was going on. Also in the news, Trump's administration, his foundation, I'm sorry. President Savage 45, President Donald J. Trump, you know what I'm saying? His foundation has been criminally charged. Now, this is a big thing. This is out of New York, out of the district attorney's office. So we'll see where this goes after he did his little campaign that's going down. You know what I'm saying? 150 years of Confederation. Oh, Ruby. What's going on, Joe W? What's going on? What's going on, Jay Shine? What's up, man? If you want to come up, man, the link is pinned to the chat. I hope it is. Let me check. Yeah, it's pinned to the chat if you want to go. Yeah. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's going on. The AMC stock has actually stabilized. So if you still want to get in on it, you probably can. Bitcoin has been tanking. Uh, Earlier this week, with the Bitcoin, the biggest, I guess, the biggest data miner trader or whatever with Bitcoin in the UK has been decertified. So the UK is basically put the kibosh on Bitcoin after they found like an illegal data mining setup that they thought was like an illegal drug operation. So they went and checked it out, and then they found all these computers hooked, and then bam. So Bitcoin is tanking, is going down. Basically, is being destabilized as we speak. So that's something to look out for all you Bitcoin people. You know what I'm saying? You might want to get out now. They figured out a way to tax it to the poo-poo, to the high heavens. The IRS is coming. So every time you use Bitcoin to make a transaction, you have to report that because you sold it or something like that. So it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. It's getting real crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's getting crazy. So, you know what I mean? So the other thing is, so we're going into these, you know, we're going into here. There's also some sad news that I would like to talk to y'all about. There was a fellow YouTuber named Yusuf Watif. O'Shea Duke Jackson reported it. It was sent to me. Super Sly 75 talked about it. I was on a couple of his live streams, talked to the brother briefly through WhatsApp in the back chats. He was down in Brazil, so he's an expat brother, you know what I'm saying? And he passed away due to COVID complications. Brazil has, it's ridiculous right now in Brazil. Far as their COVID death rates, half a million people have died. This is terrible. This is not good news. They say the Delta strain is more resilient to the vaccines and stuff like that. So please watch yourself as you travel about. But you do have to realize Australia is also there, but they only have like maybe 900 cases, I guess, so far. They've been really good with it. They've been putting themselves in a lockdown, but you have to understand that they're below the equator, so it is their winter right now while we're in summer. So this is something to be mindful of while you're going on. I don't know if you got the vaccine. I don't know if you didn't get the vaccine. And it's totally your choice up until they make it not your choice. But keep yourself safe, because there's cases of people that have the vaccine that are getting sicker and so forth and so have you. They got so many different types of vaccines out there, Moderna and Johnson and Johnson and Pfizer or whatever it is. So keep yourself safe. Okay, keep yourself safe. So let's look down here. Let's look down here. Let's look down here. It said New Zealand. Yeah. New Zealand also. New Zealand also is on lockdown. You know what I'm saying? Ruby says, devastating news. He was the most alive and lively person in all of YouTube. Rest in peace, Yusuf. See, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I think I talked to him briefly like months ago. But he was married, he had a wife and stuff like that. So he was in Brazil. Brother was living his life, but so quickly, you can be living one day and be gone the next day. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, you know what I mean? Our best wishes to him and to those. So, keep his family and loved ones in your prayers, and so forth. I think he had a Facebook page, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure he did. And he does have a YouTube channel, so forth. So from far as my interactions with him, he was pretty much about his business, and he's a cool brother. What's going on, Sean? What's going on, brother? How you doing? Oh, you muted, brother.
There you go. My bad. What's up, brother?
What's going on, man? What's going on, man? How you doing, man?
Chilling, man. Trying to stay out of trouble.
Oh, trying to stay out of trouble?
Yeah, man. Trying to stay out of trouble. But R.I.P. to our brother Yusuf.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. You know, last time I talked to him, he had called me on the phone. We talked for like 2 hours, man.
Word.
Um, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, and that was like a year ago though, man. That's why time flies so fast, man. I've been meaning to
Yeah.
call him, for a
Hmm.
while, just say what's up, and I never got around to it, man. It just let you know when you gotta, you think about people, just reach out to him,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
You definitely got to do that.
But he was a cool dude, man. I think you hooked me up with him.
Yeah. Well, actually, like here's the crazy part,
I
right?
think yeah, Ruby
Ruby.
brought him. Yeah, Ruby
Yeah,
brought him up.
Ruby brought him around. Yeah, yeah. Ruby talked about him so much, right?
Hmm.
See, people don't know this, right? People don't know this, right? See, and me and Sean know this. Like, Cerulean knows this. I mean, the rest of us know this. See, Ruby be going around to these people that we don't know, and she be vetting these people, and then she tell us about them, right? And then we go over there and we deal with these people, and they cool people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I
You
think
know.
when you went over to his channel though,
Mhm.
I was in the chat room and he was like, "Yeah, Jay Sean, he's out in Germany, yeah, yeah," and he followed up. He hollered at
Mhm.
me, so he hit me up, and I was looking at my phone last time I talked to him. Man, we had a lot of messages between us. It didn't
Yeah.
seem like it was that much corresponding, but we had a lot of messages. I was like scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. I was like, shit, we were talking. But I ain't talked to him in a while, man. And sad news, man. Real sad news.
Yeah, man. A crew sent it to me, man. Like I didn't know anything. He sent it to me, and I was shocked. Like, what I mean? I'm like that, he was in good health. I'm like he was doing his thing, man. He unplugged, he found him a little place in the world, especially as a black man, man.
Hmm.
Found him some peace to a certain degree where he can just move unabated to a certain degree without worrying about that part. And he was actually um, showing solutions. What I mean? Like if you're going to travel, do X, Y, and Z, do this, do that. I mean? Get yourself together. What I mean? He was his own person, but at the same time, he didn't consign to a lot of the dysfunction and the nonsense. He was about business.
No, he wasn't with that shit at all.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was about business, man.
And he didn't like my I guess you know me, it's not that I'm
Yeah,
against expats and nothing like that. I'm not against
yeah, yeah,
expats. But I'm about the home front, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
and it's like, we deal with a lot of people who have what I call linear mindsets,
yeah.
linear thought, when it's like, it's us, them, good, bad, up, down. Like, damn,
Hmm.
some things are just, there is no, side. You know what I mean? There's averages. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Percentages. You know what I mean? And so we got us as African dissenters. I like that. African dissenters.
I like
we
that.
gotta
I like
we
that.
gotta
You
get
doing
back
that?
to a circular mindset. You know what I mean? And that's
Hmm.
what the yin and yang comes from Africa. That circle where you have a lot of black and a little bit of white,
Hmm.
and then you have a lot of white and a little bit of black. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's having a circular mindset. Everything is not absolute.
exactly.
So we had these conversations though, but he was really spirited and passionate about what he was doing in life, and I can
Yeah.
respect that, man. And he asked a lot of good questions, man. He wanted to know about what was going on over here, and we,
Hmm.
like I said, man, we talked for like 2.5 hours, man. I mean, on the phone, and then we had, he would send me messages and I would hit him back, and then we just fell out of contact. But
Yeah.
hey, man, that's sad, man.
Yeah. It is sad, man.
Because it was
Like,
definitely somebody I was gonna go check out. I mean, that was somebody that I knew in Brazil.
yeah.
So if I ever came
Yeah.
to Brazil, I like, hey, man, I got a homie out here. Give
Yeah.
me the lay of the land.
Yeah, like, and see, that's the thing. Like, when I would watch his content, peruse his content, like he didn't cut no corners and he didn't promote certain things.
Right.
He was actually upfront with it. Like he wasn't,
Yeah.
what I mean. He was just, this is what it is. This is where it's at. This is where I live at. I stay out of these places because you know what's going to happen to you. And I'm
Right.
about my business. And as long as you're about your business, they leave you alone for the most part. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, but he was always about you can't just come here and just kick it. You got to actually put something
Right, he's
into
telling the
these
truth.
funds.
Yeah, like there's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
not that fantastical nonsense we hear in the
yeah,
sphere.
yeah. That
This
I mean,
is Yeah, you take this one pill, solve all your problems. You got aches and pains, headaches, blindness, sore. Take this one red pill and heal all of it. Oh,
You know what I'm
oh,
saying?
and yeah, and then take a passport tomorrow, and you're good to
Yeah,
go.
you
It's
good to
no, man.
go.
It's more
Like,
to life. Man, it's not a mature conversation, man.
it's
Work,
not.
everything is work.
Yeah, everything is like, and you know what? He was over here for a while. He was in Japan for a while. Man, him chopped it up, and he told me where he was at down in Tokyo for a little bit. Like, so he was. Oh, I think he was over here for like a year and a half, 2 years, and then he went back stateside, and then he settled down in Brazil. So when but that's when you can tell people that have. There's a difference, right? Like, you know what I'm saying. Like, you know this, Sean. You know what I'm saying. And we know this. But to the audience, there's a difference between visiting a place and living there. I mean, being an expat is a whole different ball game than just being a tourist.
Right,
Like, and
right.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, even in Germany, you know what I'm saying? You're there for your job, but you're considered an expat because you have to deal with the economy. You got to, you know what I'm saying? You got your car over there. You got to pay taxes on certain stuff. You got to do certain things. You got
No,
to, you
not
know what
me.
I'm saying?
Not me.
Well,
Not
not
me.
you. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the
But,
sofa.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's certain things that, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Certain things that you have to deal with. Like, you're not living on the reservation. You're not living on the base. Like, you know
right.
what I mean? Like the thing
Oh
you was
yeah, I'm out
telling
here
me.
with the Germans. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
living with
like the
these
thing
people,
you
man.
was telling me, right, about when you ordered your furniture and it took you forever to get your furniture.
Man, that shit was the worst, man. That was the worst,
Yeah,
dude. I
man.
literally, like, I was sleeping on a mattress on the floor, man. You know what I'm saying? Waiting on my bed, yo. It was crazy. It was a trickle thing. Cabinet here. I had my limo furniture and my dining room set before my daughter's wardrobe. She can hang clothes up for my wardrobe. Then I had my wardrobe. Then I didn't wait for my bed. And you know what I mean? And then the last thing that came was the couch for my office. So I had this big ass gaping hole in my office.
Yeah,
It was just nothing there because I got rid of the government furniture.
the government furniture. Look,
Yeah,
man,
I got rid of the government furniture. I gave it back because when you gave it back, you got to give it all back. You can't just say, "Here's the kitchen set," and then come back and get the bedroom sets. Nah, man. You know what I mean? So
so
anyway,
let me
man,
ask you a
that's
question. Let me
yeah.
ask you a question though, right?
And then
Now,
COVID happened
the
too.
COVID, yeah,
Yeah.
COVID happened, and you know the crazy part, like, well, when you was, because I remember the move, right? Because you
Mhm.
was rolling, and I was telling you, I was like, man, Sean, you going over there at the wrong time, right? I told you, I said, man, Sean, you going over there at the wrong time, bro, because it's almost Christmas time, bro, and they ain't doing no work. They ain't doing no work, none. You ain't
Well,
getting
it was
nothing.
cool though when I first got here because
Yeah,
when you first get over here, you don't have anywhere to live yet.
yeah, yeah,
So
that's true.
all we did was stay in hotels, me and my daughter. And yeah, one thing I do agree with you on, it was hard to find a continuous stay. So me and my daughter ended up staying in one, two, three, four, five, six different hotels.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
Them
we had to
shits was
keep. We had to.
nice, man.
We
Them
had some nice
spies, man.
spots, man. But we had to
Yeah,
keep
they was
moving.
nice.
Yeah, and then we finally got a permanent house for housing. Found a
Hmm.
spot, dope ass spot that
Yeah.
January, and we moved in. So for a whole month, and then I was renting a car, a truck,
Yeah.
SUV for like 3 weeks, so I can get around, be independent. So it
Yeah.
sucked, man, at first, man, but it was kind of cool, and it sucked. It sucked because there was no stability, but it was kind of
Right.
cool because we were seeing something different all the time. We kept moving around, and it
Hmm.
kept us on like tourist status. But then as soon as we got regular housing, they put the German furniture in, man. We was sitting here looking crazy. We had we sitting here looking crazy. We had to learn, what was what, and go eat and regular food. Because when you would first get over here, you on per diem.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
When you get regular
yeah.
housing, that's off. It's a wrap.
So,
You know what I
so,
mean?
so, hold
Yeah,
on. So, let me ask you a question, right?
yeah,
So, for most of us that, I mean, most of us kind of, I mean, I think for the most part from the audience, we kind of grew up little poor, right? Little poor,
real
right?
poor. Yeah,
So give y'all what per diem is. I'm going to just break it down, like, and Sean can correct me if I'm wrong here. Per diem is like super food stamps. Like, what I mean is super food stamps. It's like whatever you thought the government was giving you when you was poor, when you work for the government and they got to keep you straight when you overseas because they gonna look bad. It's
yeah,
like super food stamps.
yeah. It's food stamps that allow you to get shrimp and lobster.
There you go. Yeah,
There's
you balling
there's
out
no
of
restrictions.
control.
You're eating out of control, eat what you want. And I had up to like $490 a day. We couldn't eat all that. You know what I mean? So we ate what we wanted to eat. You know, we was at chillers and steakhouses and shit. We was wilding out, man.
Hold on, wait a minute. Let's
Yeah,
hold
we was
on.
wilding out.
Hold on. Make sure he don't get in trouble. Hold on. We can't tell him everything, but you know what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
care.
Okay, go ahead.
I
Go
was
ahead.
under per diem. They lucky.
Yeah, yeah,
They
they lucky
lucky.
you
They
being
lucky.
nice.
You hear this shit, nigga? You lucky. I ain't get you for more money. You know.
Reparations.
We couldn't eat that shit. You know what I'm saying? It was too much. I mean, and then, sometimes you skip a meal. You don't eat breakfast every morning. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
jet
And then when I
lag
started
kick in.
working, I couldn't do the big lunches no more because I had to get back to work, because you go to big lunches, when you on per diem, you want to go sit, man, and put, open your top button on your
Yeah,
pants and shit, you know what I'm saying? You know, and get
and
served. Yeah.
yeah, them. People. I'm like, people don't realize like 90% of the lifestyle in Europe is food. They
That's all they
love
do.
to eat.
They
That's all they
smoke,
eat.
drink, and eat. That's all they do out here.
You know what I mean? The only reason they in such good shape because they walk and bike
All the
everywhere.
time. Yeah. They ride bikes
Yeah,
everywhere. In fact, they probably be the healthiest people on the planet if they didn't smoke and eat as much red meat.
yeah,
They eat a
yeah,
lot of red meat over here.
yeah. But a lot of their stuff is fresh. You know what I'm saying? It's not as processed and
Still, man, it's still red meat.
hormones.
Goddamn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I know that. I
You
know
know what I
they
mean?
toilets is just,
Ugh.
yeah.
Yeah. They walk out of there, boy. It's horrible. It's
Uh,
horrible.
I mean, I can't go no. Every time I go somewhere, it's like, yeah, this, all kinds of ways to cook beef and,
Yeah.
and then, then they favorite pastime over here, if it's not, sausages, it's goddamn, schnitzel, chicken shit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah.
All they
Snitch.
eat is meat over here. Fried
Yeah,
meat,
meat. Yeah,
fries everywhere, potatoes,
yeah.
pommes. You know what I mean? That's what they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
every
man.
that's all they do, man. And then when they're not doing that, they drinking and smoking. I went to the Phil Collins concert, man. They
Right.
they allowed to smoke in the stands. That was new. I'm sitting in the stands getting smoked out, man. These cats are going.
Yeah, they just blow it. I'm like, they was
This
up there. It was like you know what I mean, it's a part of like I do notice that, man, like even over here, right, like over here in Japan, man, it's nothing to see an old man out there like sweeping the street with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth like it's the 80s or something, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I mean, like it's just what they do, man. Is and it's always like you always hungry when like when you first get into a country like that because you constantly moving around, and you don't, you know what I mean, until you realize it, you like, man, like what did I do when I was in America? I just sat down all day, you know what I mean? Like, but they really do cherish like
and we
eating and
drove.
talking.
We drove everywhere. I drove everywhere,
Yeah, you know,
and
yeah.
now over here, and I'm selling out too because it's like I already put like $2,000 aside, but now I'm selling
Mhm.
my house, so I'm not spending
Oh,
no money until my everything is fixed and repaired at the house
okay,
before it goes on the market. So once that's
okay.
done, but I was going to buy one of these
Mhm.
e-bikes over here.
Oh yeah, yo, them,
Them joints is like 3,000 euros, man.
oh, you
You know,
talking about like you talking about the pedal ones, right? The pedal with the pedal assist, or you
yeah,
talking
the
about?
pedal
Yeah,
assist, yeah,
okay,
the e-bike joints, you pedal,
yeah.
and then also, because I was wondering how the hell they was getting up this damn mountain.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man. Like, look, when I first came to Japan, like almost 20 years ago, actually, come January this year, this next year, it'd be 20 years up there.
Hmm.
Um, when I was riding a bike, man, I had to get off the bike, man, because they had these like 35 degree, slope hills, right? I'm like, man, I ain't, you know what I mean? I ain't Lance Armstrong, man. Like, nah, I ain't getting paid for this. I'm gonna walk this bike up the hill, right? And this old man just rolling past me,
Hmm.
give me the head nod and just pedaling, just sitting down, pedaling with a cigarette in his mouth, right? I feeling so stupid. So
Yeah.
I told my wife what's going on, right? And this is a long time ago when me and her was dating, and she said, "No, no, he got an electric bike."
Yeah, e-bike,
I was
yeah.
like, "Yeah." I was like,
I
"What's
was like,
that?" And you know what I'm saying? Like,
man, they nowhere in that kind of shit. I live on a mountain, bro. I live in the
yeah,
Tunnish Mountains. So when you come out of
hmm,
V-Spot in the main city, you gotta go. It's all uphill. You know what I mean? The whole
yeah,
whole route. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna record it one day when I get my dash mount.
hmm,
And matter of fact, when I buy my new car, my car The new car I'm buying is gonna be it does drive recording.
Okay,
For you.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's a real bougie shit. But and
For
yeah,
your safety,
and
for
you're
your
going.
safety,
Yeah, I'm gonna show you, DeAndre. It's a whole incline, and human
man.
beings were doing that shit. I'm like, these people in shape. Then I found out they want e-bikes, man. I was
Yeah,
like, oh, okay, that's how they get around. But it's still dope though because
yeah,
to go all the way down the mountain and go into the city. I think that's kind of cool. So I'm gonna join the fray, man. Once I
yeah,
get the house sold, I'm gonna go ahead and get me an e-bike, man. I'm gonna spend the
yeah.
bread, and
I, um, I do I do I'm not sure in Germany, but I'm pretty sure they may have it because Japan actually copies a lot of stuff from the Western side of the world. I know where I'm at is you get like they give you like if you buy an electric bike over here, if you do anything solar or something like that, they give you a stipend off of it. So I think over here. I think you get like 150 to 200 off. Like they refund you 150 or 200 off. They rebate it. Like the city office does it.
right.
And if you have one and you turn it in, then they give you an extra 150 off for recycling and stuff. So
Okay.
yeah, so they really pushing it. They really pushing this electric stuff, man. They really pushing this electric stuff
It's
like
healthy
all
stuff,
that.
man. It gets you
Yeah,
out and about, makes you, I mean, even if you're getting assisted, you're still moving your legs and you're exercising. And I think it's a cool idea. But
yeah.
I'm also before I leave, I'm gonna buy a mountain bike. The mountain bikes over here are sick.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah,
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 they
yeah.
want like
Mountain bikes.
2,000 alone. You know what I mean? For them joints, is crazy
Yeah, the
over here.
carbon fiber ones is the truth.
Yeah,
Like them lightweight carbon fiber ones. You gotta make sure ain't them Chinese made ones. They crack up on you.
they got them real. They got the ones with the big tires on them. And
Oh
I'm like,
yeah,
yeah, them shit. It's crazy. The stuff they got over here, they got some quality shit over here. Definitely, the quality of life is definitely better over here.
different.
There's some things
Yeah.
about America that's great. Like
Mhm.
one thing about America that no one can top is its real estate market and its cheap credit. If you want to
Yeah.
get rich, America's the place to do it.
Hmm.
If you can get attached to the economy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places you can get rich in the world, but America is that free credit, that free money. There's nothing like
Hmm.
that. You know what I mean? And getting homes and the inventory in America when it comes to home ownership. Home ownership is a little hard over here. You got to have it or you don't. The banks make it really tough. You got a lot of collateral, and it's very expensive.
Hmm.
America, you can find places with, and or you could do what I'm gonna do, wait until the market crash and to be a scavenger. You know,
Well,
yeah. So I'm
that's what I'm
selling,
just
yeah,
talking to.
I'm selling high right now. I'm gonna get like 80, 90K of this house, sit on most of that shit, and wait for these people to fall on their face again. You know what I mean? Wait for that bubble to burst, and I'm gonna come right on back in. You know, but that's one thing that's good about America. But as far as like quality, like the furniture I bought from these people, this shit gonna last my life. This is how well made it is, and they make it to order. And I was like wondering, why is it going to take 8 weeks to get a couch?
Yeah, man.
And I'm used to Value City. Value City is like, oh yeah, we'll come on. They go to a paper, it's all got coffee stains on it. Yeah, we got to open it at Saturday 3 o'clock. Okay, cool. You know, and they
Yeah,
they bring your shit and put the bullshit the furniture together. But over here, hell no, man. It's a
nah.
whole thing. Yeah,
Cause this, I'm like you paying for quality. You know what I mean? Because I remember when you told me that, I said, man, what they got to go out in the forest and touch the tree
I don't know what
and
they
cut
do,
the tree down. We was like they got the gnomes and the dwarfs working on it, bro.
I
That's what
don't
we was
know what
talking
they
about.
do.
Yeah, but I
Um,
understand it, man.
it
I
costs
understand
money
it.
too. I
Yeah,
spent a lot of paper furnishing this goddamn penthouse. You
yeah.
know, but
And when you said that, like, and here's the thing, like, you know what I mean? Like when he's I know like we know, but like for the people that are watching this in the clouds and stuff, a lot of houses in Europe don't have closets. So you to put your
yeah, you gotta
clothes
buy
in,
a
you gotta have a
wardrobe. Yeah,
wardrobe. Yeah,
yeah,
you gotta buy a wardrobe. So that lion in the witch's wardrobe is a thing. All right. So you learn something.
yeah. I got
Ah.
my daughter a nice wardrobe. I got a real dope wardrobe. Yeah, my bedroom's sexy now. So you know,
Oh, hold on, wait a minute. Queen of the South said, why y'all had to do this during the Keith Sweat Bobby Brown verses?
that's going on right now.
That's going on right now. Oh man, I didn't even know. I wasn't. I don't know. Everybody
Yeah.
doing the verses. I'm
I got a
like,
I got a Bobby Brown story too.
oh, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, I met
Oh,
Bobby
wait,
Brown
wait.
2 times, and I'm gonna tell you about the one time I was on my first Spider, an RSS. Right, my white Spider. This is when them joints is like first really coming out, and
Right.
so this is like around 2012, and I'm driving downtown DC, and I got stopped at a light at Main Street. I'm going towards the Washington Monument, and the
Mm-hmm.
Suburban pulls up next to me, and it's there's a black dude driver, and then the window goes down, and it's Bobby B. And he hangs out the joint. He's talking to me. Hey, yo, man, that joint nice. That joint
Mm-hmm.
fast, yo. I said, oh shit, it's Bobby B. I fucking parked the bitch in the middle of the street. I get off the joint and I give him a pound. I walk up to because
Yeah.
it's right, they're right next to me. But I had to,
Yeah.
you got to get off. I get off on the left side, come around. I give him a pound, right? And I
Right.
was like, yeah, man, you need to get you on a test drive. He said, man, that joint's fast. I said, fast as fuck. And then there was a girl, all right, not telling his business, but it was a chicks in the Suburban. And some chick in the back seat was like, damn, he got all of his bike and everything. I said, yeah, he's Bobby B. He's somebody. You nobody, bitch. And that
Mm-hmm.
nigga died. Him and the driver died. Them niggas started dying laughing. They was like, yo, all right, man, we out here. We gotta go. We
You
about to
gotta
mess up the
go.
flow. Yeah, this they gave me a pound and they rolled off and I got on my Spider and I kept going. And that was the second time I met Bobby Brown. But
Yeah,
but
I'm like
anyway,
Bobby, man. Bobby the
yeah.
man. You know what I'm saying? Like, the old school, man. I'm kind of liking these verses, man. I saw the Bow Wow and
Mhm.
Soldier Boy verses. I turned it on for 5 seconds and turned it off because one, I'm too grown to listen to that. That's what I mean. But then I realized something. I said, man, I'm almost 40. So the people that's actually listening to this right now, for them to do a verses like, Bow Wow and Soldier Boy, man, they 30 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you don't realize,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
you don't
Mhm.
realize your age until you kind of put it in perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's 40, man. I've been coming on. I'm coming up on this 40, man, in a couple of months, man. And I've been giving I'm like I was a kind of not giving a fuck dude, but I'm really on the not giving a fucks right now. Like I
Yeah,
really,
and speaking of not
yeah.
giving a fuck, can you put Queen of the South message on the screen, please? She said Jay Sean is so mean sometimes.
Hold on, where's he at? Hold on, where's he at? Hold on,
Let me address
hold
my
on,
sister real quick, man.
hold on,
Queen of the
hold on,
South. Let me
hold
explain something to you, man.
on.
Let me explain something to you, Queen. Where I'm from, hoes don't speak out of turn. All right. I'm sitting on a $17,000 motorcycle. She's about to suck dick. We don't have nothing to talk about. You understand me? We don't, and she can't talk to me like that. He get nothing banking on that. Like she down or something. Like she the act. You know what I mean? You
Oh
a
God.
buffer. You know what I mean? That's what she is. So I treated her like a
Oh,
buffer. So
I can't.
excuse me for giving her the truth, Queen. You know what I mean? I gave her truth and honesty. I might have helped to save her life. You never know what that moment did for her. You know what I mean?
Oh, I can't with y'all, man. I
Yeah,
can't. I
she's gonna
can't,
try to
man.
diss me because I got off the motorcycle to give my man Bobby Brown a pound. He talking to me, we talking. You know what I mean? Once you go ahead and get your mouthwash ready, spritz yourself. Make sure you smell good. Rub yourself down with some tussie and shut the fuck up. That's what should be going on in that truck. How
Yeah,
you in the truck
man.
being a hoe and talking shit to niggas on a damn near $20,000 motorcycle?
20,000. But
She's out of turn.
sometimes, man, people be feeling themselves, man. Like
Yeah,
people be feeling themselves. Hey,
yeah.
but since you here, man, since we here, since we here,
Shit.
we love. Hey, Queen, so we love you. You know what I'm saying?
And lastly, I want to say one thing too. And Queen, in my defense, I didn't say nothing to her. I was minding my business.
You know what
I
I'm
was talking
saying?
to the homie.
Hey, listen. Oh, hold on. What she say? I'm going to reincarnate as another race. I can't take place.
Shit,
I can't
keeps
do
it
it with you.
real
Queen,
over
you had
here,
me
man.
down. Now I'm gonna
Yeah.
play this, right? It's
If it makes you feel better anyway, hold on, just say one last thing, Dre. If it
yeah,
makes
go
you feel any kind of gooder, and that's a good word. I just made up a new word, gooder. If it makes you feel any kind of gooder, Queen, if she was a white girl, I would have been meaner. How about that?
yeah,
All right,
that's true.
I'd have
Yeah,
been worse. If that makes you
yeah,
feel better. All
yeah,
right.
that's true. Yeah, she would have. Yeah, she would really caught it. She
Yeah,
would
she'd have
really
been
caught
all kind of snow bunnies, snow sluts. You know what I
it.
mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Alabaster hoe. You know what I mean? All kind of shit.
All
You know
that.
what I mean? Yeah, so
All
that
right.
makes you feel any better, Queen. All right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't, man. I can't. So I'm gonna play this, man. This is my dude. For y'all New York people that have a problem with the Baltimore accent, I'm like, I hope y'all can get through old dude talking. I want to hear Jay Sean's comments on this. I'm gonna bring dude up on a big screen, and then I'm gonna pause it intermittently so I can get Jay Sean's commentary. I can get y'all commentary in the chat. If y'all want us to jump up on the panel, the link is sitting there, right there in the top of the chat. So I'm gonna play this dude, and he's talking about alphas versus pack niggas. Right? This my
Mm.
dude, Hot Damn Rocky from Baltimore. This is his oldest stuff, but I saw it. I was cracking up because I wanted to do some reactions to this because actually he was talking about this years ago.
Oh,
I think he was talking about this back like about 8, 9 years ago, right? So this is way before uh, the niggas over there was crying about pussy on YouTube. So he was already talking about it, but he was actually giving some insight on it, and he was actually taking responsibility to a certain degree. So let me play it. Let me bring it up, and let's, you know what I'm saying.
How come guys like easy women? Why does anyone like easy anything, motherfucker? What kind of question is that? But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that there's probably a lot of bitches out there wondering the same thing. So allow me to explain to you the way men hunt. The first thing you need to understand is that the term easy does not apply to pussy. Contrary to popular belief, the idea of some easy fucking don't exist for guys. Even the niggas that pay for sex, the pussy still ain't easy because the money had to come from somewhere. It's always some level of work involved. We just trying to figure out how much of it we gotta actually do. What easy really means is easy to approach, easy to talk to, easy to get close to, easy to fucking manipulate. Easy is just a general term that can mean multiple things, but pussy definitely ain't included.
So what do you think about that, real quick, there, Sean?
well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, is it all easy now?
No, like what he was saying is, when they were saying easy, he was saying pussy is not included. Like, there's no such thing as easy pussy, right? Like that's what he was getting to. Like there's you and
In
I agree with him.
2021?
Well, he's saying like there's always some work that needs to be put into it. It's not like you just walk down the street
Yeah,
and
you
get
gotta
people
wash your
calling pussy.
ass. Yeah, I
Yeah, you
mean,
gotta wash your ass. Yeah,
no,
but
I'm sorry, man. I mean, I gotta steal a line from 300. This is
mhm.
horta.
This is this is what.
This is horta. You understand me? This is,
Yeah.
uh, I mean, how much work we talking about? I mean, yeah. My name is Jay. What's your name? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well, that's what he was breaking down the approach, right?
I
Like,
mean, if he was
yeah,
talking about getting a good woman, yeah, that's different. But we
yeah,
talking about
yeah,
sex? We just talking about
yeah.
pussy? Nah.
Well. That's what we hear most of the time is what they complain about, right? They
Uh-huh.
complaining about what? They complain about pussy, right?
Any nigga complaining about getting sex right now need to go kill himself. If you
Yeah.
can't get sex in 2021, I need you to go to the nearest corner store, get a 20-ounce bottle of bleach, drink
Mhm.
it, go sit on the curb and go to sleep.
Mm.
All right?
I think the aspirin would work faster, but
Nah, man, make it adventurous.
okay, all right. I feel you.
Make it
I
adventurous.
feel
I mean,
you.
stretch your legs. You know what I
I
mean?
feel you. I feel you.
Shit. It's like I'm not trying to knock women. It's twofold. It's not just
Mhm.
that we got a bunch of easy women out here. We have
No.
a bunch of women out here exercising their options.
Mm.
Women are out here
Mhm.
exploring, quote unquote, getting to know themselves. You know what I mean? So,
Facts.
a lot of
Can't
brothers don't
deny
understand.
that.
In a lot of cases, it's not that you got the game to get the pussy. No, sometimes you will do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
you
do
would
it
do
to.
it that night. Yeah, she's hunting you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if they out here doing their thing and they've been convinced that this is the way you go, and my daughter, man, would tell you how these girls are, man. It's ridiculous, man. So I don't see how. You know what I mean? I'm from the '90s where we had to do a little bit of work, but it still wasn't
Yeah.
hard then. So if it's like
Yeah.
worse now, yeah, go get a bottle of bleach, man. Just go to sleep.
Go to sleep.
Go to sleep, man. Night
let's
night.
see what hold on, let me read some of these. Let me read Queen of the South. Let's see what she said, because she always had me cracking up in the chat, man. Between her and Don Teasy, man, I'd be like, man. Let's see. What she says is, I think a lot of these men complaining may or may not be able to get sex, but they definitely can't get love or even good sex. Yeah, that's true.
That's
That's true.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy,
I can
man.
agree with that.
You got all these
Joe
big.
W.
I'm
You
sorry,
crying
man.
about the prom over 30 years ago.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up, Joe.
You know what I'm saying? And
That was uncalled for, Joe. That was
you know what I'm
uncalled
saying? It was an educated Aries, a Mad Dog, a Cisco. Man, we look
for.
cool,
Yeah.
man. Listen, man.
I
Everybody
mean,
trying to wake up in the
look,
morning,
man. It
take
always takes
over.
effort for men because it's called rape if you don't, you know,
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
just take it, right? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you got to introduce yourself, be
It's like it's
somewhat
honest
charming,
truth.
but we are in an era, man, where it's like people are having sex before they even go on dates, man.
That's true.
You
That's
see what I'm
true. You got
saying?
was
So
it
it's like,
Bumble or something?
yeah,
Bumble, you
man,
got
they swiping left, swiping right. I mean,
yeah.
and it's just about getting it in, and we're in
Mm-hmm.
a heavily sexually driven
Sexualized,
society. Yeah, so it's all about having episodes now.
like Jersey Shore.
I told my homeboy before. I said, man, look, most of these women are walking around with a Zane Chronicle in their head right now, nigga. A Zane Chronicle episode in their head right now. So just get in where you fit in. It's not that hard, fam. I mean, there's no reason to be an incel in 2021. No, there's no reason at all. Now if you want to be married, you want a traditional situation, that's a whole kind of different conversation. you know, but sex,
Exactly. Yeah,
oh,
sex. Yeah, man.
no.
Like, is so I'm gonna keep playing what he's saying, man, because he's like I tripped out on what he was saying. Now, if y'all can't get the twos, the doos, the fugs, and the dugs, it's Baltimore, bitch.
The best way to get easy is usually to fuck with a bitch with problems. Vulnerable, sad, depressed, weak-minded, daddy issues, low self-esteem, no confidence, recently broken up with, etc., etc. The reason we smell blood anytime we around these type of bitches is because we are predators. When animals in nature hunt, what do they go after? The slow, the old, the weak, the young. Lions in nature don't get together and go, today we are gonna go out and catch the biggest, baddest, strongest buffalo in the motherfucking field. Do you know why? Because we got some shit to prove. Everybody put your hands in. Get this motherfucker on 3. Ready? Hey, put your hand in, nigga. 1, 2, 3. Let's get this motherfucker. He don't know who he fucking with. Lions.
Sean.
This nigga crazy.
Sean.
This
Got
nigga crazy.
anything, bro? You got anything to say?
This nigga said we're gonna have a huddle over this shit. 1, 2, 3, break.
Break. I'm like, he did make a point that he is right?
Yeah.
That because I hear a lot of references to men, in those spaces or whatever, saying they're hunters and stuff, and men are. I'm like, we're supposed to be the hunters.
No,
We're
you
supposed
can't
to
hunt from your house, nigga.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta actually leave the house. You know what I mean? You gotta wash your ass and leave the house, my nigga. You can't hunt from the crib.
Oh shit. Oh
Can't
man,
do that.
that's right.
Yeah.
See, hey y'all. See, all right. So y'all probably cracking up, right? Because you hear us laughing, but see, I got a camera on, and I keep forgetting I got a camera on, right? So now you're seeing my facial expression, so I can't even kind of be professional with it now, because I don't got an avatar,
I think
right?
when you had me come up here, that was over.
Yeah, it was over.
Professionalism went out the door.
Professionalism out the door. Yeah, I'm saying it's out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you got to leave the house. But really and truly, lions, most pack animals, or that hunt like that, they don't go after the biggest, strongest. You know what I'm saying? They pick off the weaklings. Like, they pick them off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, usually, but tigers don't care. Like, tigers are solitary. They hunt. You know what I'm saying? And the bigger you are, they want to take you down. Like, because, you know what I'm saying? Because they know they're going to take you down. But that's, when you're talking about pack mentality and stuff like that, I'm like, he is proving a point. I'm like, he's not. lying about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sad, depressed, weak. You know,
Yeah, get with your crew is always better in numbers, to pick up,
yeah,
chicks. But and women do the same thing too,
yeah, of course.
by
You
the
know what I'm
way,
saying? Of course. Yeah.
until they find somebody they're comfortable with. All right, girl, I'm gone. I'm gonna catch you tomorrow, girl. You know what I
Yep.
mean? I found me one.
You
Don't
know what I'm
fuck
saying?
them. You
You know
don't.
what I'm saying?
You just met him.
Pick up the
Bye,
kids. Go ahead and
bye,
pick up the
bitch.
kids.
Yeah,
They're gonna be over your house. Pick up the kids.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't saying all women, got kids. We just saying that, I'm like, if we being real, like if we being real, you know, like I'm like most men, if we real being real, men love hoes. I say it again, I'll say it again. Like
Yeah.
men love hoes, right? You
Hoes
know
be
what I'm
winning,
saying?
right?
Hoes be winning, man. You know what I'm saying? The oldest profession in the history of mankind, man. Hoes be
But you know
winning,
what?
man.
That list of stuff that he was jotting down,
Yeah.
on some scumbag shit. Let me put my
Yeah,
scumbag hat on for
scumbag
a
shit.
second. Yeah,
Yeah,
just
go
put
ahead.
my scumbag hat
You
on
want me
for a
to bring
second.
it? You want me to bring it back? Let me bring it back.
Now
Put
you
it
don't
back
have
on
to, because we
screen.
want,
No,
it just,
no,
yeah,
just put it on screen.
yeah. There
We
you
ain't
go.
got to hear him talking. There you go. We
Oh,
just
here
put it
we
on
go.
screen.
Yeah, that shit works, man. Being able to identify, that this chick, just needs some attention, needs some, remember Monster Balls, just make it feel good. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand that movie,
Yeah,
man,
if
because
you
the
can
white boy kept
identify
playing it,
a
man.
weakness, right, you can make it feel good tonight. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, if you a scumbag, I'm just saying.
you a scumbag. Oh,
If you
look,
a
man.
scumbag,
I'm gonna
yeah,
be honest, man.
I'm a
I'm a
reform
scumbag.
scumbag,
Yeah,
so
I used to be a
yeah,
scumbag, man. I
yeah, I
used to
used
be
to
a
be
scumbag.
heartless. Yeah.
Especially in Virginia. Oh man, I
Mm.
was a scum bucket. I wasn't even scumbag. There was a 5 gallon bucket of scum,
Oh, you
and
was
that
in
was
the
me.
Newport News area too, right?
Man,
Oh
what?
yeah,
Man,
man.
what? Listen. Oh,
Shit.
look. And then I had the 3 colleges. Oh, come on, man.
That's rats.
ODU,
That's
what is
rats
it, Hampton
essential.
U,
Yeah,
and
Hampton.
Norfolk State.
Yeah, you got
Hampton U,
Hampton, Newport
Portsmouth,
News, Virginia
Chesapeake.
Beach, and then
Oh,
you go straight down
yeah,
towards Richmond. You run into Hopewell and Petersburg.
yeah,
I
yeah.
remember.
Petersburg, yeah. And
You know,
then
a
you
song
rolling
just
up.
popped in my head.
What was that?
Michael Jackson. Remember the time
Man, and then I hit up the
when I was a
Howard.
scumbag?
I hit up the Howard. Oh man, and I would time it perfectly, Sean.
Oh
Because
man,
guess what? I'm hitting up the Howard, right?
yeah.
And everybody, and it's right after people done got they, you know what I'm saying, they got their
Shout
little
out to the
checks.
towers.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout
They
out to
got
the
their little
towers.
checks. So military, you get paid on the 1st and the 15th. You getting your little student little check and all this other stuff. It ain't nothing. So guess what? Military dude coming through fresh with the whip, rolling through Howard University. And then, I hit him with that, because, Howard, they had that little side, one tower was DC, the other side was Baltimore, and the chicks would get mad at the DC dudes and mess with the Baltimore dudes. And you know how that worked. And we coming through. I got my homeboy with, he coming through from Louisiana with, the milkman seats and all of that stuff, bro.
Yeah.
So, we were scumbags, man. Scumbags,
God bless
promising
those
stuff.
angels, man. Those are some
Yeah.
angels.
Man, we was promising things, lying to women. I'm talking about, man. Look, man. Look,
It's across the board too, man. It's the
yeah,
same
across the
reason.
board. Yeah.
Like, that's why you got a lot of white incels out here right now, because you got a lot of white boys who are frustrated that they're not getting, I'm doing air
Hmm.
quotes right now, they're not getting their piece of the pie. You know,
Yeah.
they're not getting their slice of the pie, and what's happening is because women are exercising their options, their sexual options.
Yeah.
Hypergamy is at a full tilt right now. You know what I mean? So if you that dude, if you a square jaw, I was watching Six the Goddess the other day. She was talking about, if you a 6'5", 10-inch dick nigga, everybody. she
Yeah.
she saw some of these dudes complaining about not getting polygamy. He's like, you ain't 6'5", 10 inches. Yeah. Get you
Oh
one
man.
woman, settle down, and shut the fuck up. And I was like, damn.
Listen,
But
man, I'm gonna be honest, man. Look, my niece and my wife was in the house, and I'm so used to having boys. Even the dog is a boy. When my niece and my wife was in the house, like,
mhm.
because my niece, she's a teenager now. When my niece was in the house with my wife at the same time, I said, thank God I had nothing but boys. You know what I'm saying? If I had a girl, that wouldn't be no problem.
Nah,
But
girls
I
are
couldn't
cool, man.
stay. You know what I'm saying? Like, no,
Yeah, girls are
but
cool. I
see,
got a
it's just
daughter, man.
you. No,
And
it's just you and your daughter, right?
right.
Just you and your daughter, right? there's not another. There's not more estrogen in the house.
Oh,
Yeah, see, there's a compounding thing, right? You
right.
know, what I'm saying? So it's a different thing. It's
Well,
a different thing,
dude, these
right?
days though, her girlfriend's over here, so
Yeah, yeah,
it
but they
just be a
cool.
house. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
that trip I took to Paris was me and the girls. You know what I mean?
You
Yeah,
know what
me and the
I'm
girls. Yeah.
saying?
So I mean,
Yeah,
I know what you're saying, yeah, but I don't live
yeah.
with it. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't live with it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't live with it neither. But I love my niece and stuff. But it's just that and my wife, she loved it, right? Because she was always surrounded by boys, right? She's, what I'm saying,
Mhm.
is three boys, and then the dog's a boy, all the dogs been boys and stuff like that. And and I was like, whew, I've been blessed. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just because when we in the house as men, you know what I'm saying? When
Mhm.
we in the house as men, it's grunting and nothing. Like there's nothing. It's like silence unless we're talking to somebody or whatever, but it's really nothing. Like we don't really have to communicate
Mhm.
verbally to each other. Like I don't really have to verbally communicate to my son. I just look at him, we know what's going on. Right.
Right.
That's
Right.
how he is. Women, they do communicate and that's what they do. But I do notice that when my niece is here, the noise level in the house raises significantly.
Mm.
Significantly. Like, what I'm saying? And I was like, wow. And I knew if I had a daughter, man, I'd be a little punk, man. Cause my daughter, man, I'm like that with my niece, man. Like I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was just like, ugh, like
Mhm.
boy, like, and I know I was a scumbag, so I know how karma worked. Ooh, boy, you know what I'm saying? Like I know
Mhm.
how karma worked, man. You know what I'm
I mean, I
saying?
guess it depends on the
Yeah,
personality of your daughter.
yeah,
Because if
but
if you feel like she's the gullible type or naive, or whatever, then
mhm,
you're not going to be so sweet. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be,
yeah.
protective and
Yeah. Oh
corrective.
no, 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 no.
Yeah.
I teach her how to run game on motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I'm a petty motherfucker, man. It's like, look, I can't be around you for forever. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to protect yourself. So you need to, run game, but I know that if I teach her to run the game, then she gonna make like 5 or 10 more of them niggas crying about pussy. Beauty is
You know what's
everything.
crazy, man? It's like this day and age, man. Think about what's lost. There's not going to be no young man
Yeah.
asking. Matter of fact, we passed that because my daughter graduated high school.
Hmm.
So there's no young man asking for the prom. These young boys are asking for pussy off the rip.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean?
It
Off
is.
the tap. That's how they hollering at these girls, man. And
Coming
you know,
straight
and
off the
yeah,
top, bro.
and they put me up on game. And I was in a restaurant in Paris with my daughter and her two friends. They were letting me know what time it was.
Hmm.
And what they dealing with out here is 16, 17-year-old girls. I'm like shit. You know,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
they coming off the top, bro.
yeah,
Like,
it's so you either you know they're on the outs. They're not normal. Normal now is putting out
yeah,
all the time. And
yeah,
giving head over it. That's normal
off
now.
rip. That's
And
normal. Yeah,
if you don't do that, you like an outcast. And
yeah,
I kind of feel bad for my daughter. Because um, she didn't get to really have a normal upbringing. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because she just didn't fit in with a lot of these girls. You know,
But
yeah.
that's the cost of having standards. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. I
You know what
know,
I mean?
I'm
Like,
just saying, but yeah, but she, she didn't get to have a lot of girlfriends and, and
mm,
all that. She was the redheaded stepchild. She was the lame. She was the one that was corny. She was the one that thought she was all that. You know what I mean? So she was rejected. You know what I'm
yeah, of
saying
course.
from the masses because she wasn't talking like a thought and and wanting to roll with.
Acting a fool.
Yeah, it was so
Yeah.
bad. Like my daughter, no, my brother, my daughter she was in junior high school and I didn't notice.
Hmm.
She at one point was eating lunch by herself,
Mm,
and I didn't know that. And my heart fell. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like I was like, damn. Then my daughter talked about it. She's like, these girls are crazy. It is, you know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
I was like, I kind of felt guilty for a second, like because I'm raising her different,
Well, I
and
would say this. I'll say this, man. You're not well. Yeah, you're raising it different, but you're raising it right. You know what I mean? Yeah,
so,
that's the difference. You're raising a right, and
Mhm.
and a lot of even if they have parents in the home, you're actually an active participant parents, like how parents used to be. You know what I'm saying? For the most
Yeah,
part, like parents used to be involved, or the community at large, right? You know what I'm saying? Like if your mom and dad was at work, you was over Big Mama house. You ain't had time to be running the street because Big Mama, you know what I mean, or old or Big Pa or Grandpa, they, you know what I mean. They, you know what I'm saying. You would go over there after school and stuff like that. We was raised to a certain degree like that, and you kept
yeah,
that tradition going. You know what I mean? But it's hard nowadays with the, Cerulean says this a lot. I'm like, we say this a lot. You said this a lot, but America's finally realizing that they have to re-incentivize the family dynamic, and that's why the nation is going where it's going. You know what I'm saying? People are, that code, that standard, that morality is
yeah.
being lost. You know what I mean? Because they put parents in a situation just to keep a roof over their kids' heads. They can't be there to raise their children. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I mean,
and
because
yeah,
everything is out of whack, man. And
yeah, man.
and then you got all these people now in their own little fortress of solitude. And it goes back to like some of these incel dudes. They really want to be with a girl. All they want is a girl. They just want to be
Yeah.
loved, they have a girl,
Mhm.
but they feel like they can't have it.
Yeah.
So they delve off into other, escapisms, you know,
Mhm.
and then they just lash out because they mad and frustrated, and it happens with women later, but it happens with women later.
Yeah.
Like when women get
Yeah.
older, they turn into the incels.
Yeah.
That's why you see a lot of 40, 50-year-old women on YouTube. Black men, black men, black men, black men, like they got schizophrenia. Like, what do you,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like they got a, it's like like, what's that shit called when people curse a lot? Uh, Tourette's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tourette's.
it's like
Yeah.
Tourette's, man, with black men, black men. You know what I mean? Twitching and shit. Like, god damn, you better and alone. And it's like,
Yeah.
and so now you're a female incel. And sure, you can have sex on top, but that's different because women can always just get somebody to fuck her. But it's not how it works with women. Women
Yeah.
want to be kept, somebody to hold them,
Mm.
love them, and appreciate them. So,
Yeah. It's a mental. It's more of a
yeah,
mental.
it's a
With
different
us.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
You
us
know,
is with us is it's mental with us after the physical portion to a
yeah.
certain degree. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like after the physical portion. You know what I mean? Like I think, and that's and this is where the conversation is like, because my niece, she's an only child, right?
Uh,
So, my wife, and a mom and stuff like
exactly,
that.
Joe. Exactly, Joe.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm
Shit,
saying? My
crazy.
wife, my wife and her, she always takes her out, and they always have that, you know what I'm saying, that girl time. Like, when she says, "Hey, I'm taking we go me and her going out," and my wife always wanted a girl, right? And I told her after the third strike, you out. We ain't. It's over. We at the victory lap. You know what I'm saying? You
Mhm.
done. Like we could like, put a kibosh on that. You know what I'm saying? Like have fun with your niece. And my niece, she's the only like girl, right, out of my father-in-law's grandkids. But then we got a granddaughter. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then my wife, she's like like she went off, like she just went crazy with the baby shop and the dresses and stuff. I just told her, don't be putting the girl in the dress with no soccer shoes. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't be doing that. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? She looked at me like, why would I do that? I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Just, what I mean? I don't know. But that's just me. It's just, the dynamics of raising kids. Like I gotta, what I'm saying, my thing is as teaching my sons is how to have restraint. You know what I mean? Because, over here is different, right? Like how you said, like what you was talking about with your daughter being like like the dudes coming off rip with the sex. Over here these boys don't talk to girls like that.
At all. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
over here they more like like whatever. My sons, they don't got that problem. You know what I mean? They roll up to chicks like, "Hey,
Yeah.
what's up? How you doing?" Like, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Let me talk to you. Like they talk to them like because they get it from me on, and they see the dynamic of how me and their mom talk. So it's a whole different ball game, and they get a lot of females. But I try to tell them to kind of chill out on that.
That's
Like, yo, you,
probably, yeah, because they're making
yeah,
the girls feel wanted. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it
yeah,
is,
yeah.
man. And
So
I
it's attractive.
gotta,
Man.
yeah, I gotta bring him. I had to rein him in, especially the older one. He was on some, on some whole other stuff.
Yeah, you
He was
pumping and
doing,
dumping
yeah.
them.
Man, he was man. He had a chick show up in the rain, right? So check this out, Sean. He had a chick show up in the rain, right? He was about 17, 18. Chick came over the crib, right?
Right.
She showed up, right? She showed up. She showed up the first day. She was fine, right? She showed up. She was in the house chilling, right? So she's not feeling well. He said, "Hey, I think something wrong with her." I was like, "What the hell?" So I was like, "Hey, are you okay?" And then she was breathing heavy, and she said, "Hey, because we got a dog, and she got an allergic reaction to the dog." Right? I said, "Oh, okay." So we had to call the ambulance for. We called the parents, let her know what was going on. Blah, blah, blah. Her mom was like, "We sorry, she didn't take her medicine." I said, "Well, um, I don't." So I asked my son. I said, "Hey, did you know she had an allergic reaction, like the dogs or something?" He's like, "No, I ain't actually." I was like, when how long you been talking to her? Man, like 2 days. She came over. We was going to hang out a little bit, and then, go somewhere or whatever. I said, "Oh, okay, well, you didn't know. So, okay, whatever." Right. So the next day I hear something, right? Like about like in the afternoon, I hear something, right? So I come downstairs out my office and stuff like that, and I hear my son because he had his room separate from everybody else in the house, right?
Right.
So I come downstairs and I hear somebody, and I knock on I knock on the door, right? Because I'm not trying to embarrass him, right? He ain't doing nothing wrong, you know what I mean? I say, "Hey," and it's her, and I pull him to the side, I say, "Hey, man, let me ask you a question. It's raining outside, right? Because we had a typhoon warning." I said, "Why is she here if she almost had that problem? Like, with the dog, right?" And
It was a
he's like,
typhoon warning.
"Yeah, yeah, we had a typhoon one. Like it was raining, and, like typhoons are hurricanes basically."
Yeah, I was
But
about to say, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
So she
most
came
people,
over.
you
Yeah, she
talking to
came over.
Negroes, and they might not know what that means.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so typhoon warning. So hurricane. So I said, "Look, man, like why is she here? First is a typhoon, right? Like a
Damn.
typhoon warning coming. It's a typhoon coming. Then we got a dog, and then she had allergic reaction. So I gotta ask you a question. Why is she here?" And you know what he said to me? He said, "I'm asking the same thing." I said, "Okay." So I asked her, I was like, "Are you?" She said, "Oh no, it's fine." I said, "Oh, it's fine." She said, "Yeah, I got my medicine." "You got your
Oh
medicine?"
God.
I said, "What?" And I'm sorry, Sean, I had to do this. I walked my son outside, slowed the door. I said, "Call the parents." I said, "You go call the parents." So he called the parents, told the parents, and he said, "Oh, she's fine. She's grown. Like she got her medicine. She's fine. No worries. We are okay." I said, "Okay, cool." I said, "Look, my dude." He said, "What's up? You need to get rid of this one." And he said, "What you talking about?" "She crazy." I said, "What you mean?" I said, "Dude, she almost died. She came back the next day, and it's a typhoon.
But
And she made
dad,
sure she took her medicine." I said, "Dude, I don't know
but
what type
dad,
of
she
dick
looks
you
good though.
laying down." Right?
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean? Because he had like three, 4 other chicks. I said, "I don't know what type of dick you laying down, but you need to stop laying down dick that good. Remember, dick good enough not to give you a bad dick report, but not good enough when she think you getting married." I say, "Do you understand?" Like, because I have to talk to my kids like this. I have to talk to my sons like this. Because they don't need to pussyfoot around and tell them some bullshit. You know what I mean? I said, and he started laughing. I said, "But as your dad, I have to give you a high five. I have to give you a high five, my
Yeah,
nigga."
he pulled a Puffy move. He had to
You know
go.
what I'm saying?
He
I
pulled a cheesecake move on her
I
ass.
I walked back in the house, right? I
Mhm.
said, I said, I walked back in the house, right? I said, "All right," you know what I'm saying, and whatever. She was cool, and then I ain't see her for like, what I mean, she was gone for like maybe 2 weeks later. She was gone. I was like, "Yo, what happened?" He's like, "Yeah, Dad, you was right. She crazy." I said, "Okay, so you understand the bar of crazy, right?" He's like, "Yeah, but she was tripping." I was like, "Uh huh." I'm like, "You wasn't helping with the tripping, but she was tripping." And that's what it was. Like it was what it was, man. Like it's like boys, like the thing with girls, you have to teach them to defend themselves, and boys, you have to teach them restraint.
Yeah, yeah. We gotta teach
You got
these
to teach
boys
them
to stop
restraint.
being so so driven by. And it's both sides. It just comes
Yeah,
out
it's both
differently
sides. Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
it's
That's what
like
I'm saying.
we're in a sex crazed environment right now. Like sex is like paramount. Like everybody, so I mean, it's the most important thing, and people won't admit it, but it is. There are women right now who are hinging their whole future on good dick.
Yeah.
They're hinging everything. You know what I'm saying? And then you can go to men who are doing the same thing. Like you said, crazy. You see this girl is crazy. You know what I mean? And you risking your life, your health, money. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So we gotta train our kids better. But you know what? The environment though, all it
Yeah.
does is promote sex. They can't get away from it. It's in the music. It's on TV. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Now they pushing it in school. Whether it's through, you know, alternative lifestyles. You
Yeah.
can't you can't get away from this shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then of course, all the kids are talking about in the lunchroom was WAP and and Call Me by My Name video, and you know what I mean. It's like
Yeah. That's just,
it's
yeah.
all
That's
day,
crazy.
man. It's like
That's crazy.
yeah, and you can't control it because you gave them a phone and they can download and watch whatever. So,
Yeah.
what I did with my daughter is and I got an argument. I was again back to Six to Goddess. I got to a back and forth with a female in the chat room because she said
Mhm.
I was a tyrant because my daughter didn't have social media.
Huh? What? Hmm?
My daughter doesn't have social media, and
No.
she's like, "What do you mean? You're controlling? You're." I'm like, "What do you mean? I didn't have that shit when I was a kid. My daughter's not wasn't out on social media until like recently. You know what I'm saying? I think she's on
Right.
Snapchat now. She's 17,
Right.
and about to turn
Hmm.
18. But she wasn't on social media forever. I had all that shit blocked on her phone. She couldn't download nothing, none of that shit. And her phone got shut down after a certain time at night. You
Of
know,
course.
yeah. I mean, so it's just about to me. I think it's parenting. It's controlling what they have access to, or really what has access to them.
Yeah. You know, eh, what people have forgotten, and I think what people have forgotten to a certain degree, is that people have forgotten the first rule of parenting.
Mhm.
When you're a parent, and the first rule of parenting is is that you know children need to be parented. They need to be watched over until they reach the age of adulthood. And even still, once they be an adult, you don't never stop being a parent, but you can only give advice to that point. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? You know what I mean? Because then if you raise them properly, they can at least provide the basic necessities for themselves.
Yeah.
You know, and
You
that's
know,
what I do with my oldest.
I want to address something real quick because
Yeah.
Queen of the South, she just be hard on her brother. She said I'm old fashioned. Let me explain something, Queen of the South. My daughter's in elementary school, um,
Mhm.
and she didn't have a phone, but these boys had the phone, and they wasn't on Pornhub. They was on the other one, X Hamster.
Ooh.
And my daughter
Whoa.
came back and told me how they got in trouble because the boys were in the gym looking at X Hamster and then showing the girls. They think it's funny, you know. And this is elementary school.
Yeah.
So, you can call me old fashioned all you want. You know, I'll be that. I'm like Redman, I'll be that. I'll be that. You see,
Yeah.
Jay Shine ain't shit, I'll be that. But I know I wasn't gonna let the world have access to my daughter's mind like that. You know what I mean? If she was gonna get exposed to it, they're gonna have to work for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna just
Yeah.
hand it to them. I'm not gonna just hand her mind to the world. They're gonna have to work for it. And that's what a lot of us are doing with these phones. You're handing your kid's mind to the world, and they put all this garbage out there
Hmm.
for them to get addicted to it, for them to get
Hmm.
attracted to it. They're messing with a cardinal, immature mind that's undeveloped, and they're
Yeah.
watching hardcore porn in elementary school. That's hardcore porn. That's not even that shit that come on late night on Showtime. The soft porn. Oh, oh. No, it's not
I
even the
know.
soft porn. It's this. It's hardcore. You know what I mean? And they watching that shit at 7, 8, 9 years old, man. I ain't
That's not
allowing
cool,
that. You know
man.
what I mean?
That's not. That's
So
not cool.
yeah, I mean,
It
so
is just.
and then also the socialization. All the girls were doing was being mean to each other, talking shit about each other, bullying each
Mm,
other, talking about who's
mm,
ugly, who's not. That's all they were doing online. So I've been right, proven right like 50 times. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I kept her away from that nonsense, man. And so you
Hmm.
know, these are the things that our kids are getting open to. So I'll be that queen. I'll be old
Yeah.
fashioned. You call me what you want, girl. You know what I mean? You know, and so this is the world, our kids are in right now. And
Yeah.
the next generation coming up, I have no idea what's going to be, available to them. I'm telling you right now, man, the dominant society is wicked.
Oh
You know,
yeah, bro. Like
it, it,
is like I
there's,
said,
there's no
is
justification for the shit they allow kids to be
yeah,
exposed to in America or even in some of these other countries. There's no
yeah.
excuse for
Yeah, it's no. I'm like, it's crazy, man. Like you would think, like what I'm saying, like I could go into detail about the crazy stuff that goes on over this part of the earth, over the world, boy. Woo, it's
it.
crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, with
But
that, and look, they do the anime sex, right?
the man, no,
What's it called?
the schoolgirls, man, they be thotting out hard, man,
Wow,
with the sugar daddies, man. Like you know what I'm
wow, yeah,
saying?
Uncle Lou and
Yeah.
them. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Uncle Luke, man. Like, yo, look, the first thing, like, when I first got to Japan, man, I was in Shibuya, right? I was in Shibuya, right?
Mhm.
And I was walking around with this chick, and I was like, "What's up with these schoolgirls with these little dresses on?" She said, "Oh, they seniors in high school." I said, "What?" She said, "Yeah, the shorter the dress is in high school, that's
Mhm.
how you can tell, like, what grade they in, because they only got like three grades, like, three grades, right?"
Mhm.
They're only in high school for 3 years. They in middle school for 3 years, high school for 3 years, elementary school for 6 years, right? So I was like, what? And then I saw this girl go down the street, right? Like the side street. It used to be a Baskin Robbins, and it used to be there. They removed them like maybe 6 years later, right? So it was this vending machine. And this girl, the school girl, like went into her school bag, right? Being a high school girl, and she put it in the vending machine. She took a coupon, like she put this thing in the vending machine, like it's like a vending machine thing, and she put it in there, right? She balled it up, she put it in there, she got this thing, and she went like across from the vending machine and gave the ticket to a guy, right? The guy then gave her some money and she walked off. Her and our little friends saw it snickering and walked off. So I'm standing there, right? And I'm like, what the hell is that? Right. So I'm just like, whatever, right? I'm just waiting for, her to come out, because, when women shopping, man, I'm going to just go outside for a second. You take your time. I'm not going to rush you, but I'm going to just see what's going on. So this old man comes walking up, old, like, and when I mean older, he was like about 50, 60 years old, had a business suit on. He puts money in the vending machine and takes the thing out the vending machine, and then like he puts it to his face and then puts it in his bag and walks off. Right. So I asked,
Mhm.
so I said, "Yo, what is that?" And she said, "What you mean?" And we walked down this we walked down the street, down that street, and I look, and it is a vending machine full of panties. Like, and it
Mm.
got the little girl, it got the schoolgirl little faces on them, right?
Yeah.
Right. And basically, these girls were getting paid like $50 to $100. They walk around with their panties on all day, and they put it in the vending machine. And these men walk up and purchase these panties out of the vending machine. Like, yo, that's just some of the foolery and debauchery and the fuckery that goes on, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of stuff,
I
man.
heard the
So,
hormone is getting crazy. I already know it's really bad in the prostitution, and the crazy
oh
thing
yeah,
about Korea is that
oh yeah.
prostitution is legal, and they still got underground prostitution.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what
Because
I mean? Yeah.
is because you got to pay, you got to do all that. Yeah, like
Yeah.
here is it's a
You
different
know what's
thing.
driving
And
all
yeah,
this too, man, is Western consumerism.
yeah,
That's what's
yeah,
driving all of this shit.
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
These
Yeah,
these
it's
people want shit. They want stuff. So if Uncle Lou got that paper, he gonna have your 16, 17-year-old girl, riding old
mhm.
dick, and that's disgusting.
Yeah,
You know.
sugar daddy
And you know
stuff,
what? And
man. Yeah.
Queen, you're right. I did watch HBO After Dark. You know me so well.
Oh
I used
yeah,
to watch
yeah, yeah,
I used to watch Emmanuel, all that shit. You goddamn right
yeah.
I did.
Taxi
Yeah.
cab confessions. I used to watch that all the time.
No,
Me
I'm
too.
talking about
Yeah,
that, and also
real sex.
real sex,
Yeah,
and
mhm.
and Emmanuel was my favorite shit, man.
Yeah.
So
You know what I'm saying?
anybody, you showing your age right now, pages. Oh, Queen, you telling on yourself.
Oh, you telling on yourself. You know what I'm
Telling
saying?
you what you
Oh,
know about
let me play
HBO.
this. Let me play this dude. Let me see what he said. And he got
If
one
she
more
called the
video.
WHT, then I know she old. All right? If
You
she
know what I'm
called HBO
saying?
WHT, then I was like, oh shit.
Oh no, WHT. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? The box, music, television, you control.
exactly. Yeah.
You had to play. You had to pay for black videos because they didn't play them on MTV other than Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
Remember
there
that?
was there was an episode of Manuel
Mhm.
where there was like it was like the Renaissance era, and this woman, she had the snapping pussy, and
What?
the men were going crazy over it. Never mind, never mind. Let's leave it alone.
Yeah, it's good.
Let's leave it
Here
alone.
we go. Here
Let's
we
leave it
go.
alone. Yeah,
Lions don't do that. They go after the easy kill, and nobody calls the lion a fucking asshole for it. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes we do go after the big buffalo, but just like lions, we ain't about to attack that motherfucker unless we know we can take it down. Pussy is only worth whatever you willing to give up to get it, and in every situation, the thing that we have to give up is time. So if you got the time and the patience to take down a big buffalo and bite it in the neck when you take it, but the way that I look at it, the apple at the top of the tree don't taste no better than the motherfuckers hanging at the bottom. Now, even though I take full advantage of a bitch in her weakest moment, I don't believe in keeping girls weak. Blind? A little bit, but that's only for our own safety. But as far as that weak shit goes, it's only so much of that sad, depressed, the world hate me bullshit that I can listen to before I'm looking at a bitch like, hey look, you need to man the fuck up. My job as a lion is to teach a bitch how to maneuver through a pack. I'm out here on some Mufasa shit. Now keep in mind, you are still prey. But if ever you and I stop fucking with each other, you'll only get caught by alphas from now on. You won't be out here fucking with these regular ass pack niggas. So fellas, if your girl is still as weak-minded as the day that you scooped her little ass up, then you, my friend, are a motherfucking pack nigga. Because your bitch is a reflection of the way that you've been raising her. Make sure you quote me on that. Quick side note, got a relationship question? Hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Make sure you subscribe to the Lift Gang Calisthenic channel if you try and get all buff and shit. Or you know, if you just want to watch me struggle to do push-ups. The links are in the description below. Moral of this story, ladies, just because we prey on easy, that don't make us evil motherfuckers. It's just all these motherfucking pack niggas running around giving us alphas a bad name. Real quick, you want to know how you tell if you're dealing with an alpha or not? If he made you better. Now, I'm not talking about like financially, the nigga throwing money in your face or some shit. Fuck all that. I mean, if he makes you feel better about yourself, that's alpha shit. If you break up right now, the worst possible type of fucking breakup, if whatever tools he gave you to make you feel better, despite how nasty the breakup was, if you still recognize him as a motherfucker that you will forever be indebted to because of the way that he impacted your life, only a fucking alpha can do that. But if you out here fucking with Joe and you still walking around with low self-esteem and you all depressed and shit, then you know what type of nigga you got. It's a lot of niggas that's about to lose their bitch after this video.
Yeah, man. So
I can smoke a bag of that.
yeah, he did have a point. He did have a couple of points where he was breaking it down. And that is true. Like, you don't like, when we was talking about being a scumbag, me, and what kind of made us a scumbags, well, I would say scum bucket myself, is that we didn't stay around them women long that was in that stage because we was just trying to, just trying to get pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, what I mean? But then when you get older, then there's the quality over quantity aspect that goes into it because you done dealt with all that. You see the world differently. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You did. You know what I'm saying? You just see the word differently and stuff. But I just wanted to, throw that out there, you know what I'm saying? Because he brought it back and said, yo, your female is a reflection on you. He didn't use them words, but, he's right. Like, you know what I'm saying? As a man, like, when we talk about man stuff, right? The woman that you're with or you choose is a reflection on you. That's how you're judged. That's how the world judges you.
Yeah.
And a lot of these guys don't want to actually, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to take that responsibility. They don't want to take that accountability that the situation that you in, yeah, she did X, Y, and Z, but it's you.
Yeah.
Like you got to take accountability. Like you're not fully
I
a
mean, you
victim because you stayed
participating in
into
it.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
participate.
participate. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's not like you in a situation at gunpoint. So
Hmm.
yeah, my grandmother told me a long time ago. Don't really mess with a woman. In the real way. Don't waste her time unless you got a plan for her. You know. Of course, I didn't know what she meant when she told me that shit, but it stayed with me. And she's right. You don't really mess with a woman in a certain way unless you have a plan for her.
Hmm.
And then you have to think about that plan. The plan is basically how does she fit in your life? What are you going to do? A lot of people are just getting with each other out of convenience or just on some now shit and have no plans.
Hmm.
Where that relationship should go, where it should end up. So it just end up fucking and picking on each other. You know what I'm saying? Pick on you today and then fuck tomorrow and then the next day pick on you some more. You know what I mean? It's like there's no real plan and they just start figuring it out as they go. And I think that's really the crux of a lot of drama
Yeah.
between people who are in relationships with each other. But yeah, man, I try to improve anybody's life that comes near me. I try to help out anybody I can. If a woman's fucking with me, she's gonna leave
Uh,
with more information, a better, understanding, something, you know, um, she's gonna leave the situation better off than she came in with it. Um, in
yeah.
most cases, there's some things I can't control, but you know, um, I try to, teach and this is how I do my money. This is how I look at the world. At least give a different mindset and and teach. It's called leading. And a lot of dudes are just not leaders. They really waiting on the women. It's kind of like some of the arguments we had in the spear. You know,
Yeah.
it's waiting for the women to fix shit. It's waiting for the women. If you really listen to them, you're
Yeah.
waiting for the women to come around, which you're putting the women
Hmm.
into a leadership position when you do that. So that's what I'm saying. If you ever want things to really change and go your way, you create the environment, and it helps. What he talked about the pack. That's men getting on code with each other.
Yeah.
And then women have to operate in that environment that you guys are now running, and they will have to acquiesce to it. There's just no way
Hmm.
around that. Sometimes I talk about a lot of dudes with this passport shit. I'm like, 15 million niggas ain't going to go to another country. But guess what?
Nah, man.
But
Nah,
guess what?
man.
The flip side of it is that 20 million black women ain't going away neither. You see what I'm
Nah.
saying? All we got is each other at the end of the day. So a lot of this stupid shit that we got going on is idiotic. The only reason why it goes on is because everybody can live under their own roof and be comfortable and they got the bare necessities, and it shouldn't take a fucking breakdown in society for motherfuckers to get back on some regular shit,
Yeah.
and that's being with each other and formulating families and
Yes,
but
sir.
anyway, but I just shared my screen. I want to show
Oh
you
yeah, yeah.
something.
Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up.
All right, pull this up real quick. This is what I was on when I met Bobby B. That's my first
Okay.
RSS spider. So I had to say something to that chick when I'm riding them like
Oh
this.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
she
You
was
know
out of
what
pocket. She was in the back seat somewhere, crawled out the back
I'm
to the
saying?
middle row, to address me. You know what I mean?
Had
Anyway,
to say it. Had to
yeah.
say it.
So
You,
yeah.
say, hey,
Oh,
Cerulean's
Cerulean's here.
here.
What's up,
What's
boss?
going on, boss? What's going on?
Greetings. Am I coming in all right?
Oh man, you
You
coming in
doing
nice and
perfect.
clear, man. Great. Coming in great. What's
Greetings,
going on, man?
greetings, esteemed brethren.
How you
What's up, boss?
doing? What's going on, man? What's going on?
Man, y'all tell me, man, like I've been missing out on a lot of stuff that's been going on in the tube land.
Oh man, peanut butter jelly time.
oh, oh my
Did you
God.
see that, Sean? Did you see that?
Which one?
Don't, don't
Did
get
you
me
see it,
started.
Sean?
I've been trying to forget that fucking thing
Did you
all
see
day,
it?
bro.
Okay, you know what? Since we here,
Yeah,
I'm like, since we
inform a
here.
brother, man.
Okay, I gotta show you then. I gotta show you then,
I
man.
mean,
Let me
because
let
I
me
haven't
pull
been
it up,
around for a
man.
few days. Last night was the first time I was around for a few days, so I missed
Y'all,
out.
y'all don't. You ain't see the peanut butter jelly time. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let me pull it up for you, man. Let me
Oh
pull it up
shit!
for you. Let me pull it up for you, man. You, all right. So I'm gonna say this before we pull this up. For those of you that are in the clouds, for those of you that are in the chat that do not want any reprisals for the petty, this is a petty warning. I'm just letting you know
I
we're entering the petty zone. All right,
can't wait.
this is the petty zone. If you are not accustomed to being petty, the exits are to the left. We are now entering a zone in which there's no coming back. We shall go forward and we shall be petty to the highest level of pettiness. The force of petty is with us. If you do not want to participate, please exit stage left and right. Use the fire exits and the emergency exits to the front and to the rear of the zone. You have 30 seconds to remove yourself from the petty zone. All right. So that was just my disclaimer, just letting you know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting you know. I'm pulling it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving people time to get out. You know what I mean? To run, to get out of here, to go into a corner, crawl into a ball, say they wasn't a part of it. You don't have to type in the chat. You ain't got to look at the stream. I don't care. Right? I'm not the one that did this. Someone else did it. But you know what I mean? It's not going to stop me from showing this. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, hold on. This is taking too long because I'm trying to pull it up, but it's just oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Go. You know what I'm saying? Gotta go get the petty zone. Now, the peanut butter and jelly time, man. Like I was really, really loving this, right? I was really loving the peanut butter and jelly time.
DJ Music is 0-0. He got 10 zeros on it. We in negative countdown.
You know what I'm saying? That's cool. That's cool. You know, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, because you was in DC for a while there, Sean, and
20
y'all,
years.
you know, you had to, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You have to, you remember that go-go music.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I can't stand go-go music, but I can't stand go-go
I
music.
met some of the finest. Never mind.
You know what I'm saying? Like you know, no, man, this is, you know, go-go music is, you know what I mean, and the only reason
I got hood pictures from go-go clubs. Mirage was my spot.
oh yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the problem is that the person that did this, they didn't use the right mix, which was very it was a shame that they didn't use the right mix.
Mm-hmm.
But oh man, oh no. So anyway, hold on one second. So I can't find it. I got it and I can't find it. Hell, how long was it? You know what I'm saying? Someone get me this link. I need the link. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, I got it. Hold on, wait. I think I got it. I think I got it. Hold on, I think I got it. Hold on. But anyway, when we was looking at this link, right? That was so gracious that I came across. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It was beautiful. It was great. It was outstanding, man. And hold on, let me let this load up real quick. It was great. It was outstanding. Oh, there you go. I have found it. I have found it. I have found it. Yes, I have. Right. So I'm only going. You know what I'm saying? Let me share my screen.
You such a positive person. You see how he's encouraging himself
Yeah.
the whole way. I'm moving the mouse, and then I'm typing the letter B. I can do it.
I'm gonna turn the sound up. You know what I'm saying? Cause y'all see the screen. Can everybody see
Oh
the
hell
screen?
no! This is gonna be funny. All right.
Oh yeah. Let me pull it up on the big screen. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna play it for y'all. I'm gonna play it. And here we go.
Oh god.
Hell no. Oh my god. Hey, turn it up.
Yeah, man, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back, man. I think I got to bring it back for a little bit.
Yeah,
Can we bring it back?
Turn the volume up on it.
This is
Oh,
how
sorry.
it's going. That's how it's
Okay.
going. You know what I'm saying? I should have downloaded it. You know what I'm saying? Had it ready. I wasn't planning to be this petty today,
That
but
nigga's
Oh,
you know what I
crazy.
mean? The spirit of petty, when it moves, you just got to go with it.
Jesus
You know what I'm
Christ.
saying? Let's bring it back.
oh. There you go. There you go. People,
That's oh my god. They should never give you Negroes the internet. That's
Oh man, that
hilarious.
was great, man. That was great. That was great.
They should never give you niggas the internet.
Ah,
man,
woo,
Tom.
That's
man.
hilarious, man.
I
What a
didn't do it.
that
I
nigga's
didn't
a
do it.
disappointment, man. What a clown, man.
I
What a
didn't do it.
disappointment, man. You
Listen. I didn't do it. I didn't do that. Someone else did it, and I'm just here to deliver the news. You know
track of the
what I'm saying?
manosphere. I gotta look that shit up. I gotta subscribe to that. That's
You know what I'm
funny.
saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey man,
Peanut butter
hey,
jelly.
peanut butter jelly time,
That's that
man. You
Baltimore
know,
house, boy.
you know what I'm saying? Like they didn't have a real good one, man. They had a really good one, man.
Peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. Oh God,
Yo, man, look, man.
man,
Then
this shit was
hold on, it said peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat or a baseball cap.
No, with a baseball bat. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
that shit
Peanut
said
butter
baseball
jelly.
cap. That should have been
Yeah,
off the hook.
man. I'll tell you.
this shit
Oh
was
man,
sleeping in my brain all last
it's
night,
funny,
dog.
man. It's funny, man. Look, listen, man. Look, it's the session. It's funny. Anybody can get it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't do this. I didn't sit up there but the dude, he did a wonderful job. I'm not gonna lie. This shit's funny.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he even got me one time when I was yelling at Jessica X on Bomb's channel. So hey, everybody can get it, right? If you can't laugh at yourself, then you're taking yourself too seriously. So
Man, fuck that. Fuck that nigga.
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Period.
So
Yeah,
matter of
last night
fact,
it was
if
he
you
was
know, go
going in
support the
on
dude's channel. He does some comedy. There's the
talking
link in the description. The Manosphere guy. Yeah, I put the link to the video right there. You know what I'm saying? Support the brother. You know, doing great things. You know, he's doing God's work. He's doing the petty God's work. Okay. So now we have left the petty zone. You're free to come back and type into the chat.
oh no, I wanted to stay there. All right.
Oh no! Oh no! You can stay there. Let's go. Okay, go ahead.
I was like, man, fuck Angry Man. That nigga's a disappointment. I mean, a fucking disappointment. I mean,
Yeah.
the level of bitch assness, man, it's like I didn't even know this you can beat this bitch ass. You know what I mean? I never knew it was possible. You know, it's like every fucking year the level of bitch assness just goes to another level. You know,
Hey man.
He tries
what
to
a
break
fuck
his own record.
this shit crazy. You
Hey
know,
man. Look.
sitting out here, a boss of what?
Oh man.
I mean,
Come on, we know what that is, man. He saw the young boy DJ Cuda. What did he have? What was it called? That player talk radio.
mhm.
Yeah. Players Talk
He
Radio.
said,
Yeah.
"I'm gonna try to one up you. I'm gonna call mine Boss Talk Radio
Oh my god,
and try to capitalize off of something you already did."
this nigga's 41, 42 years old, dressing like a teenager from the 90s.
I'm like
Well,
43.
you know, Sean. You know, Sean. Like, eh, you know, I still got some throwbacks, man, in my closet. You know when
Oh,
that was a hot thing. Yeah,
I
remember
got
that?
I got my
Yeah,
shit in plastic. Yeah,
yeah. I got mine. You know what I mean? Because once I
we have
moved,
Jersey
like,
parties over here from time to time. You know,
yeah, man, you do some nostalgia. You do the '80s, the '90s. You know what's
or when we're
crazy?
in the workspace on Fridays, we have Jersey Fridays. You know, you wear your team, but you can really wear
Yeah,
what Jersey you want.
you know, like we gonna and we keep forgetting, man. Like we're getting to that age where the 2000 and the 2010s are gonna be throwback parties.
Hmm.
Like that's when you realize you old, man. But a lot of times, man, like when I see older dudes like dressing a certain way, like you know what I mean? Like I remember when I was growing up, like I remember when I became like, between 20, 22, 23, 24, right? When the, styles were kind of changing a little bit, but you would see them old dudes that used to be hip and cool, they were still wearing like the style from the 90s. And you just looked at them like, man, let that go, bro. Just let it go.
I got nothing wrong with dressing down. I'm from the hip hop generation.
Yeah,
You know,
but
I'm from Brooklyn, the real bro. I'm really from Brooklyn.
right.
I'm really
Yeah.
from Brooklyn. I'm really.
You go,
From, yeah.
hold on. You gotta say it again. Hold on, Sean. Let me bring you front and center up on the screen, man. Let me bring you front and screen front and center up on the screen so everybody know what Sean is talking about. Let me give you the whole screen here. Um, so you can go ahead and say that again so
Oh,
everybody can hear you.
I say it slow. I'm really from Brooklyn. Born and raised there. I'm really from Brooklyn.
So I got a question though. I can hear it in your voice. So you're saying that the person in question that was here is not from Brooklyn?
Fuck no.
Oh, okay.
Fuck no. Especially coming up in the time we came out. No way. And he wouldn't last. So let's just be honest about that. All right. It just you can't be that type of person coming from where I come from without getting your ass whooped. And I don't approve of doxing and that shit, man. But
Mm,
your rap sheet got to be more than just fucking endangering animals and domestic violence and evictions, nigga. Where's the drug arrest, possession, intent to sell? I mean, like, where's the real shit? Like, since you're from the streets, you know,
mm-hmm,
you can't be from the streets from where I'm from without having that kind of rap sheet. So you was either a street dude, like, or you was not. You know what I'm saying? But you could have been
mm,
still from Brooklyn, but either you was in the streets or you weren't. So the fakeness is just, I don't know what the fuck this space is anymore. This shit is like the Chronicles of Narnia, nigga, and you could be anything you want to be. You know what I
mm,
mean? This shit doesn't even make sense anymore. 40 something years old, a boss, no home, but a bunch of kids. You know what I mean? Like this shit is disgusting to me. I can't respect it at all. Everything I do since I become a
mm,
father has been, my mission has been a father first. So that means, you know, having shit, you know what I'm saying? Getting
mm.
things. I get if you 40 something years old and you single, you gotta have a different lifestyle, man. But when you got fucking kids on the earth, nigga, come on, man. I'm asking you a question.
Mm.
Does YouTube or Google give out healthcare plans?
No.
Okay, so
Nah,
it's
nah.
money.
Hold on, wait a minute.
So
Let me look through the terms of service. Nope, nah.
okay, so I guess that single mother be putting up that health card when them kids get sick. You see what I'm saying? We can go a lot of different ways with this shit. You know what I mean? We can go a lot of different ways with this shit, man. Like, we live in a space where niggas don't even care about reality. I don't understand how you
Mm,
can even respect some shit like that. And I don't give a fuck what shit get back to him. You know what I mean? At this
mm,
point, I don't
yeah,
care
yeah,
anymore. This shit
oh,
is
yeah.
beyond disrespectful to manhood. We supposed to be men. You know what I mean? And I don't play around with fatherhood. You
Yeah.
know, and so if you spend all your time beefing and then worrying about what some other niggas doing, and because some other cat got more views than you got or more subscribers than you got, and you're not competing, and that's sucker shit.
Mm,
To sit around crying about the niggas are talking about, oh my God, Kevin Samuels called O'Shea a genius. Who does that? Who gives a fuck? I mean, who gives a fuck what that nigga said about another man? That got nothing to do with you. Do you handle your business? You know what I mean, and increase your situation. It's just a complete disappointment. I'm disgusted with that nigga.
yeah.
And I take it personal because I
Yeah.
participated in helping that nigga get on. And so I have the right to say what the fuck I'm saying. You know, and I'm just as disappointed in the brother on a personal level. This shit ain't even funny to me. It's tragic.
Yeah, you know what? Queen of the South said this, right? She said this. She said, um, and you know what I'm saying? She said this. She said exactly. I have family members who did close to 20 years in the feds for selling cocaine in the 80s. I have never seen so many fake street dudes until YouTube. And here's the thing. Like, look, man, look. All of us up here in some form or fashion dealt with the streets, been in the streets. Man, I would rather, like, if you gave me a choice between living back in Baltimore when I was growing up to sleeping, like, between sleeping there on an engine in the middle of the Gulf or jumping on a boat and acting like a pirate and not sleeping for 24 hours and eating the MRE, I'm going to pick the MRE.
Mhm.
I would rather do that than to grow up living like that. I would rather live the life of a square than to know the stuff that I know that I shouldn't be knowing about that part of the world. And that's why I keep it away from my kids because they don't need to know that to that extent because nothing comes good from that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a one percentile. Like from where I came from to where I am now, I am a one percentile.
Yeah.
One percentile. So especially as a male, especially as a black man, one percentile. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't the streets that had got me, the cops could have got me because what I was doing, and they had
And
all
it's
of
random
and a
like
lot
that
of
too,
yeah,
man. It's random like that.
yeah,
I remember one time, I was coming out of the store. I was hanging on a corner, Evergreen and Central, and talking to dudes in the corner was like maybe 8, 9 niggas on the corner. I go around the corner to the bodega to go
mhm,
get something, and I forgot my change. I go back and I get my change, and I come back. Everybody's on the ground, and they just arrested everybody, took everybody in that was on the
yeah,
corner, and that's how random it is. 'Cause that's your neighborhood. People are
yeah,
hustling, doing whatever, but you don't get into none of that. You just saying what's up to cats, talk to them for a little bit on the corner, and that's it. That's how random shit is. Because
yeah,
if I had got, if I had walked back a few minutes earlier, I would have been laid now, and I would have had a record, which means that would have impacted the rest of my life. You see what I'm
exactly.
saying? And they got all in laws and all kind of shit. Shit was going on in the '90s. So I just to play with this shit, with the fatherhood street shit, it's disgusting to me. You know what I mean? Just stop being a fraud, man. Be who yourself. Be who you are. I'd never claim to be a D boy or some
Hmm.
wild nigga killer and all that. Nah, I'm just a regular hoodlum from my block. That got up and did something with himself. That's it. And
Hmm.
yeah, I sold a little weed or whatever the case might be, but I wasn't no hustler like that in the streets. So I don't.
Yeah,
I never claimed that shit, but I knocked you the fuck out though. That's one
yeah,
thing we did do was fight. You know what I mean? So, I just don't like the fake shit. It's too.
yeah.
It's disgusting to me at this point. There's a lot of frauds in the space, and before I leave this shit, I'm going to speak my mind. Because I don't think it's a game at this point. We got a lot of shit to worry about as
Mm.
black men. We sit out here fronting, and then they have the fucking audacity to call out black female fuckery. This is fuckery too.
Yes, at the highest level.
This is
You
fuckery
know,
too,
yeah,
man.
you know,
And you fronting. You're not just fronting on your viewers or the space. You front on your own fucking kids, man. I could never respect that.
the crazy part, and I know Cerulean's going to weigh in real quick is Cerulean, that word dereliction hurts niggas' souls.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because it's one thing to being ignorant of not knowing what you're supposed to do, but it's like you actually know what you're supposed to do and you choose not to. You make every excuse in the world not to do what you are supposed to do. Um, and the only reason why, like, here's the crazy part: street dudes that are real street dudes, they do what they're doing because for the most part they have no other option to do it. And they trying to make it to the point where they want to live a square life.
Most of them, yeah.
Most of them. Most
And
of them.
there's a
There's a
business
select,
part of it.
yeah, yeah. There's
There's
a
a business
business part to it.
aspect. Yeah. So
Yeah, it's
yeah, I agree with
business. You know what I mean? It's business.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
it kind of goes back to that whole you know, the virtue signaling, trying to use morality, as the base for everything. Like all that shit's nonsense.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, let me ask you, brother, something.
Hmm.
If you could make what you make now or more in the streets without having to answer anybody, without having to fucking be kind to your customers or any of that, work whatever you want to,
Hmm.
and you can make what you make in a year, in a month, say.
hmm
Would you have any reason to go and try to get a job, or you supposed to
Hell
keep
no.
begging somebody for a job?
Nope. I'm gonna be
No,
right there in the
I'm
streets,
like
man.
in the streets. I'm like, no, that's now. If I don't have any kids, that's a whole different ball game.
But most, but most
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
around the world
If I had a choice,
are in the streets.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
that we get caught up in first world countries, but even in some
Mhm.
first world countries, when you go to the outer, the outer areas, the suburban areas, the rural areas, people are getting it in the streets. When you go to most
Mhm.
countries and they got food and tables everywhere, they're in the streets, they're hustling in the streets.
Yeah,
It's what I'm saying. So we can all get in, talk about drugs and all that. Yeah, sure, drugs is not a good thing, but
no,
the hustling in the streets is not germane to black people in America. You know what I mean? Or
no.
Well,
Yeah.
shit.
what most people fail to understand about things like economy,
There you go.
which is no easy concept. I mean, economy is a broad sweeping, general kind of concept that is so complex that most people fail to understand that the black market
Mhm.
Mhm.
is so much larger
Hell yeah.
than the
Yeah.
commercial market,
Hmm.
which is why, let's just keep it honest, especially when you're living in an economy that is based and centered around capitalism. One, not everybody can be rich.
Yeah.
Nope. That's
Two,
not
not
capitalism.
everybody.
That's capitalism. It's not capitalism. Yeah.
Yeah.
Capitalism is about winners and losers.
Yep.
Two, not everybody can even be employed.
Hmm.
That's capitalism.
hmm
And three, not everybody can even be educated in a system of capitalism. Because if there's winners and losers, and let's just say the educated are the winners, and capitalism always demands an underclass, then there has to be someone who's paying the expense of another person's education, another person's success, another person's employment. You accepting a job, someone else is actually is losing that job.
Hmm.
Or at
Every
minimum, not
every
getting one. Yeah.
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 Yeah. And
and
that's
so and
that's
so and
true.
so we talk about the black market, which is so much larger than the commercial market. Most of the world works in the black market.
Yeah, exactly. They're off the grid. Yeah, they're not part of. Go ahead, boss. That's what I'm saying. Like most people, most economies, most people are getting their money in the streets, from India to Korea to Africa, all over Africa, different countries, South America. People are not running to office buildings. You know what I mean? Around the world, they're in the streets, getting what they
And
can get.
let's just be another, let's put another thing straight about capitalism, especially when you hear it from conservative pundits and sock puppets, right?
hmm
They believe in free market capitalism.
No, they don't.
Everybody gets a fair shake. Everybody gets their chance to compete.
No, they don't. They
Now,
don't believe in that. A real free market means you need guns, nigga. You know what I'm
first of
saying?
all, if you
You need
if you
guns
really
on your hip. Free,
if
real
you
free
really
market.
if you really believe the free market or any kind of free market principles, you would never have a single complaint about the
Mhm.
drug game.
Yeah.
Because when you look at the drug game,
Mm.
that is the truest expression of free market capitalism.
Yeah, people want to get high. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. People want to get out.
And drugs, let's just keep it a buck. Drugs
Hmm.
sell themselves.
Well,
That's
that's true.
true.
Well, yeah, hold up. You know what? We got an example that we can use right now, Cerulean. Look what happened in Colorado when the feds wouldn't recognize the weed money. So what they had to do, they had to hire men with guns to, you know what I mean, to protect their cash. As in, that's a free market.
Yeah.
That's
But
a free
see,
market. That's where you have no protections and no order and no, white
it's,
daddies to help
it's, it's
help
dog
you
eat
get along
dog.
every day.
It's every man for himself. It's survival of the
For the
fittest.
fittest, yeah,
Let the greatest drug dealer rise to
yeah.
the top.
And that was in
Yep.
America. That was recent.
Hmm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know, these cats, they couldn't even put their money in the banks because the banks couldn't, because the feds were still not recognizing, weed, you know, but Colorado was letting you do it. So Colorado created a free market, and they
Yep.
had to hire ex-military, you know what I mean? Niggas, men, white boys with guns to protect their stashes.
Yep.
And that's online. You can look that up on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's real.
It was hiring, man. It's actually, the crazy part is a lot of those dudes. Remember, when a lot of those dudes that was over in Iraq or Afghanistan, when Obama was shutting everything down, that's where they went. They went straight to Colorado.
Here's the fallacy in it all. You have so-called Republicans, conservative leaning Republicans and Democrats alike, say that capitalism is about competition. That's a bunch of bullshit. Because RICO laws were literally designed around killing or undermining the competition of big pharma corporations that have huge government contracts.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what RICO laws are literally designed around. As a matter of fact, the American legislation or the executive council or whatever the fuck you call it, ALEC,
Mhm.
whatever they call it now, they designed the RICO laws. They designed the RICO laws back in the 80s.
Mhm.
Matter of fact, you should be in support of the cartels. Let's just
Crazy,
be a
right?
buck.
Or the mafia.
What a mafia, yeah.
You should be in favor of the cartels, the
The mafia.
mafiosos.
Yep.
Matter of fact, there shouldn't be a single law criminalizing what they call games.
Yep.
I mean, if you really believe in competition.
Truth of
But
the matter
most
is,
people,
truth of the matter is, because they always talking about smaller government, and even some
Mhm.
go as far as to break up the government. We can govern ourselves. You couldn't
Yeah.
exist in the world where you had to depend on yourself. These white boys are getting your ass. The only thing
Yeah.
holding these white boys off your ass is the federal government. A lot of these niggas
Yeah.
talk these coon servers talk that shit. They're not organized. They have no weapons. They have no strategy, no tactics, no supply lines, no nothing. And they talking about free markets and real freedom. You couldn't exist in real freedom.
Yeah.
You wouldn't make it. You wouldn't survive, nigga. You ain't like that. These white boys are getting your ass in less than a week.
Yeah.
You be on your knees buffing.
The crazy part, and actually, to be honest with you, even most of the dominant society wouldn't be able to deal with them.
Well, I will say
Remember, we
this
saw
though.
that
Most of
January 6th.
I mean, when I look at January 6th, that was a great sample of the dominant society that exists in
Yeah.
America. The rank and
Yep.
file. No matter how misguided they are, at least they organize around some kind of idea.
Yeah.
Organization is what keeps you safe in the wild. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? And they armed. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So they armed to the teeth. There's 300 something million weapons in the country, and most of it is in their hands.
Yep.
And these dumbass niggas running around here talking about smaller government and lining themselves with these people who really want the government out the way so they can kick your
Mhm.
ass.
Exactly. Is it? When I look at these, just looking out and just listening. Sometimes, like I actually went a full week without listening to nobody. Like none of that over there. Just tuned it out. I just started looking at other stuff. Just tuning into some other things. I was listening to. I watch Eddie Griffin's Funny Money thing.
Mhm.
I watch his stuff. I watch a couple of other shows, political shows, and then I read the news and just looking at the tea leaves and stuff, looking at the stock market, the trends in the stock market, and what's going on. And I took a week just to just to just just to desensitize or to detox myself from listening to a lot of what's being said, what's going on, or whatever in that space, in that vacuum of that echo chamber of that, right? Because when you come to YouTube, like when it comes to male spaces or just when men are just talking to a certain degree, that's the only space that you really got.
Mhm.
Like if you talk about when we talk about issues with deal with us directly that affect us directly, and it goes back to the conversation can be had, right? There was a conversation had where the conversation was talking about something really important, talking about finances, talking about money, talking about jobs, talking about policy, right? And I was like, oh, okay, this is a. I don't too much agree with that, but I can understand where he's going with this point. This point, and the conversation was very it was a very respectful conversation. There was some disagreements. Hey man, pull up your charts, pull up your graphs, pull up this, where you cite your sources. Okay, let me read that. Oh, okay, I see where you get this, but maybe we need to look at it this way. Well, my interpretation, like it was a dialogue. It wasn't I'm trying to make you learn this or you need to get on this. But then, yeah, fuck all that. Let's talk about these black bitches. I had to turn it off, right? Because I already know what's going to happen. And then I turned it off. I looked at something else, and something said, go look at it now. And then I turned it back on 20 minutes later, and the whole panel devolved into fuckery, into an echo chamber, into fucking trauma bonding over pussy. And I said, and you know what? I threw my hands up. And I said, I'm done. I said, I'm done. I'm like, because it's like it's like your whole life to me seems it's driven off of pussy,
Of course it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, it is.
right? It's like
They
it's
put
like
it on a
it's
pedestal, and they don't
yeah,
realize it. Yeah, they
it's like
pedestalize
it's
it.
driven off of that, not you being great. Not now we had a conversation about that earlier, Sean. We was clowning and joking and what I mean, whatever. But now we're talking about something else. We're not going back to that. We're moving the conversation forward. We're talking about policy and men taking accountability and what you got to deal with the dominant society and just what cultures are overall. Because I mean, you're in Germany, I'm over here. I done been different places, so we can communicate. We actually, you know, there's only maybe there's only what three people that talked about a brother that was living the life that passed away. Like what I'm saying, O'Shea brought it up first, then Super Sly, from my understanding, maybe it was maybe another person, and I brought it up. But where's the SYSBM motherfuckers at? Why ain't they talking about this brother that passed
And I
away,
thought
man?
about bringing that up the other night on. I was on Arts panel last night, and they talked about it. I guess before I got there, because I had brung it up, and they was
Mhm.
like, "Yeah, we already talked about it." And I was like, oh, "Okay,"
All right,
but
that's good.
yeah, but yeah, what you right. But even put Yusuf aside, because you know, what about the brother who got robbed and murdered in Colombia
Yeah.
a
Well,
couple
see,
months ago?
well,
Uh,
here's the thing, right? Let's do a count. Let's do a count, right?
I
And
mean, they didn't do nothing for game change when he got robbed, but go ahead.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Let's put that aside, right? I'm not putting Yusuf in this category because he's not in that category because he never consigned to that ideology or none of that, right? So
Yeah, he was living there. He had a wife. He had a wife and everything. So yeah.
yeah, so he was an expat. He was living there, right? He wasn't going there, you know what I mean, and whatever. You know what I'm saying? And whatever you do, you
And
go there,
and
you
and
do
he
that.
died
That's
of
you.
something that anybody can die
You
from.
could, yeah, he could have
Yeah.
died from it in the
My
States. He
my
could have,
question
yeah,
is when brothers get in trouble, DeAndre,
yeah,
where you at? You know what I mean? Yeah, I get you. You right. Where is the old, or the the outpouring of an expat that's basically lived what you trying to preach? But putting that aside, what happened when cats get in trouble? Where's the support then? When a
there you
cat
go.
gets
I mean,
killed, where you at?
Where you at?
expat aside, right? Let's go with something that hits a lot closer to home. Where you got dudes killing themselves behind shit they're hearing in the manosphere, being
Yep.
told there ain't no hope. Niggas will take responsibility for it. Oh, look at this passport brother over here. No, take responsibility for that brother that just killed himself while he's sitting there repeating your talking points before he died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. It's child shit. It's childlike shit. It's a child mentality. It's a childish approach to life in general. This is not how men are supposed to operate. And I think a lot of them know that, but because of fanboyism and the cult of personality issues that
Mm-hmm.
we've seen out here right now, where you can follow a nigga that's calling himself a boss and he ain't even own shit. You know what I'm saying? That
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't make any sense to me. And you can watch him literally do bitch ass shit, unmanly shit, and then call himself masculine. That's a problem. That's like that's like a bunch of Negroes who attend a bad church. You know what I'm saying? And they know the
Mm-hmm.
church is fucked up. The church is not managed well. The pastor ain't shit, and they still keep going back and spending money. So at some point, I can't even blame the content creators. It's something broken in the culture, especially
Mm-hmm.
amongst men who are talking. The reason why I keep saying amongst the men is because they're specifically talking about masculinity. So you're
Yeah.
talking about something that you don't even understand what it is. You're talking about something all the time, and you're displaying the least amount of it. I mean, it's like trace amounts in you niggas. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
that shit bewilders me every time I see it.
You,
You know what I mean? Every time I say masculine about manhood, and turn right around, do bitch ass shit.
and it's not even. I wouldn't even call it like. And here's the problem, right? I wouldn't even say feminine, right? Like feminine stuff because there's certain things that women don't consign to because that's why you're bitching and complaining because women don't want you, right? So I would say childish behavior, right? Infantile behavior, right? Pre-adolescence, stomp into your room and slam in the door because I don't want to hide underneath your bed because the boogeyman, what are you, Johnny? What are you doing? I'm hiding. Why? There's something in the closet. Who is it? It's Clitoris Man. Clitoris Man is going to get me. I can't stop thinking about it. The Clint is going to run me off. I'm scared. Like that. Dude, what are you doing? And then you telling these men to a certain degree disengage completely. Okay, so you disengage. Now, do you tell them to get themselves together? It's the bitch's fault. Go up on
Nah,
a
but hold
mountain,
up, man. If you red
mental.
tail and you masculine, it's kind of like that scene from um what's that movie with Jack Nicholson and Tom
Mhm.
Cruise? Um, you goddamn right I did. um, what's the name of that fucking
Few good
movie
men,
again?
A few
a
good
few
men.
good
Few
Yeah,
men.
Good
you
Men,
can't
right?
handle the truth.
Remember when he
Yeah.
asked that line of question, and he was like, "Well, you said your orders are not never disobeyed, right? So why the two orders? No, no, no. You said you know that if men don't disobey your orders, people get killed, right? Remember that line of questioning he gave him? And it's
Yeah.
the same thing about masculinity. If you masculine, you don't need to disengage. I'm
Right.
not disengaging from black women. You crazy?
No.
I like black pussy too much. I'm not disengaging the motherfucker then. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I am who I am, and I'm going to be what I'm going to be, regardless of what I'm around and what I'm not around. I don't need to disengage. If you're a man, you don't need to disengage. It defeats the whole purpose.
Yeah,
If the answer is disengagement, you don't need to have no further conversation. You
that's
don't need a
it.
pill. You don't need a fucking flag. You don't need to suspend. You don't need nothing. All you need to do is disengage. That will solve
That's
all your
it.
problems. Because then you don't have any problems if you disengage. You disengage, you can't get a chick pregnant. You disengage, you can't get an STD. You disengage, you can't get yelled at and get into an argument with a woman. You know what I mean? You can't get nothing will happen if you disengage. If you're going to teach anything or push anything in the space about masculinity, it should be all about engagement. But this is
Yeah,
how you engage.
there you go. But that's a solution. See, and what I realize is that ruminating conversations with no solutions. And the problem is that, like, the problem is, as a man, as the environment changes, until you die as a man, you are always challenging the goddamn environment. You know, and I'm only speaking from a man's perspective because I'm a man. I don't know how women deal with the environment other than my observations. You need women to tell you that.
Oh,
But
Sherulin already told us.
yeah,
Women are nesters.
yeah.
So,
So, you know what I'm saying? And then the way they nesting in the environment is how they do it. But, speaking from a man's perspective, you fight against health. You fight against the environment, the stressors. Men live shorter lifespans than women because we're always challenging the damn environment. It's stress just being a man walking. But stop fucking complaining about it. You can talk about it and come up with a solution, because that's what men do. Men sit around, they powwow, they come up with a solution. We even fight each other for the day. That's a solution. And sometimes conflict resolution in this motherfucker is, I don't have to fuck with you. Long as you stay on your side, I stay on my side, we fine. Matter of fact, Cerulean, when was the Korean War?
Man, that was in 52.
That was in 52. Can you go between North and South Korea still?
No.
So that is that conflict resolution? You stay on your side of the line, I stay on my side of the line.
it's called a stalemate.
That's it. Leave me the fuck alone, I leave you the fuck alone. And these motherfuckers are the same people to the same degree, and they don't get the fuck along. So I don't listen. Here's the thing, right? And I don't, people, content creators can do whatever the fuck they want to do, right? And this is, and I'm gonna say this probably again, maybe later if someone asks me the question, because I'm gonna answer it. As a dude, as a man, right? And I'm looking directly in the camera so you can see. This is the last time you're going to see this bit of care in my fucking eyes. Stop complaining about pussy if you have no way of finding a solution to your individual fucking problem. And if you find that solution and you on here talking about it, you better show fucking receipts. If you don't, then you are ruminating, lying, trauma bonding pieces of shit. And you need to take a nosedive off the highest platform you can find. Because what you're doing is you're causing these young men that haven't even been in a situation to be scared to death.
Yeah, they're not even going to go through life, Now, you shouldn't go through life scared, dumb, right? Just being a bumbling idiot, making mistake after mistake after mistake, just not giving a fuck. But you got to go through life.
Yes.
And that's just the way the world is, man. The world is the world. If you were born in a certain time, the world was going to be what it was going to be. Like, if you was born in the 1600s, the world was what it was in the 1600s, and you had to navigate that shit.
Exactly.
This is the world we're in now. You navigate this shit, you know what I'm saying, and be smart about it. And what bothers me the most, and you see, there's no way to have this conversation. All right, fuck it. There's no way to have this conversation without sounding like a hater, right? Because then somebody can easily say, you just mad you don't have a big channel, Jay Shine. Because if I say something like what I'm about to say next, which is the absolute truth, it sounds like that. And what I'm going to say is this: why are you following motherfuckers who don't have real life success, no real life experiences? You know what I mean? Why are you following those people? You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. How you call? No, look, fuck it, I don't care. How you call somebody a master teacher? We ain't mastered nothing. Nothing. That's fantical. I mean, and I'm not trying to start a beef or throw shots.
No,
I'm
so you
being
see,
real, man. Like we're supposed
chopping
to
it
be
up.
men. My question for 2021, everywhere I go on these panels, is: are we men or we not?
There you go.
Okay, are we men or we not?
Hey, but depending on who you ask, in a manner of perspective, they'll tell you that these bitches won't let us be men.
I wish. Look, man, I got into an argument with Black Guru, and I was on Dr. Dunbar's channel,
Huh?
and I got into an argument with Black Guru and BGS, and it was really about ego. It wasn't even about the
No,
topic.
no, I got a question. Dr. Dunbar, doctor of what?
Oh shit, what is his doctorate in? He's a PhD, but I forgot what it's in.
What was it?
It's not psych.
Dr. Guy Goodness
Say it again.
No, I
said,
just wanted to know because
Doctor of Erectile Dysfunction.
Nah,
no,
he's
no,
good. I'm not gonna go into Dr. Dumbo. Dumbo is he's good people. He's been nice to me.
yeah,
You know,
because
and
because there's like because I
but
like I
he needs to stop following somebody. You know, that's what I'm saying. What's weird to me is that you have somebody accomplished like that, and other guys that accomplished like that, you know, more accomplished, and they will call somebody else a master teacher or the boss or even a legend. I'm like, hold up, time out. A legend and what? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? Even with Kevin Samuels, you know, success, it's not even been a year. How the fuck you a legend and you ain't did nothing for a year? Michael Jackson wasn't a legend because his first album.
well,
Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, this shit has become fanatical where it's just like, you know, it's what I called last year or in 2019. I called the vicarious age. Niggas are literally living through this space.
yes.
They're not living in real life. They're living through content creators, and it's gotten so bad where the content creators are living through a character they created for
But
themselves.
but think about it like this, right? You know what? You know what? It's not the manosphere. You know what it is, Jay Sean? It's Cable Guy. Remember Cable Guy? Where his parents would just sit him in front of the
I thought he was
TV
going to
and he
say the
would have a
Truman Show. Go ahead, bro.
no, no, because
Yeah.
he had a personality. He didn't know, and once he knew,
Mhm.
right,
Right,
he left.
he wasn't self-aware, right?
He wasn't self-aware.
Right.
But the Cable Guy was self-aware. He was living vicariously through the television.
Yeah.
He became whatever character it was because he was detached, because he was expelled from society. Listen, you know, a lot of and as much as they complain about women, a lot of you dudes, when I listen to them, if it wasn't for the mercy of a woman, you wouldn't be here.
Shit.
Because
But
if
that
they
man,
left it up to the patriarchy, you would have been thrown off the side of the cliff. This is Sparta.
Peter, and then we know that. Now, again, I don't condone doxing, but because of information that we now have, we know that was the case for, you know, the so-called boss. You
Yeah.
know, the women was saving them. I didn't know when that situation happened when I was over there in the Black Order when that nigga was about to get kicked out. When no, not when he got kicked out. I was gone. I already left. And when I found out, you know, that he was leaving, moving out because the daughter and him wasn't getting along, whatever the case might be. And I was like, God damn, you know what I mean? That's crazy. You know, that's an out of line little girl, and she out of line for supporting that. You know, they supposed to be, you know, living together. They're the two adults. But then we find out it was the two women were on the goddamn lease.
And she was grown. Like, see, the
So
thing, like,
I didn't
yeah,
know all
she
that, man.
was,
So
yeah.
like again, I don't condone doxing, but information is information. You know what I mean? I can't unhear what I heard. You know what I'm saying, or
Yeah,
what I found. You know what I mean?
that's
So it's
between
like,
you and the
so
person.
my position now is like, oh, this is scumbag shit. You know what I mean? This is like,
No,
You
no,
know,
that's not scumbag.
you've been living off women your whole adult life.
That's see Sean, you can't do that. You can't do that, right?
What?
We listen. See, check this out. See, scumbag and scum buckets, right? We at least have the basic necessities covered, right? We just knowingly just do fuck shit, right? But we are not guy on the couch. We're not bums. So there's a difference. I'm
Yeah, that shit
standing up for all scumbags and scum buckets across, you know what I mean? Because you know what I mean, the scum bucket has a place in society. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean? The scumbag has a place in society. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
shit
It has
crazy.
a place.
Shit's crazy. Been living off chicks this whole goddamn time till you hit a lick. You know, and I just and then but that's you know what I mean. So like I said, how do you sound? How do you not sound like a hater, right? But this is the truth. What the fuck are y'all niggas listening to? You don't have common sense. You know what I mean? You how do you pull up a chair? You got a better job, a better life experience. You listen to somebody that just knows how to talk fly, you know. And but the people who do have life experience, you know, or is actually living a lifestyle you like, there's a lot of niggas that talk the shit that I live. You know what I mean? They wish they can be around the world with passports. I got that. You know, they wish they can have high side. You know what I mean? I got to be a father with no interruption. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a situation where I had to, you know, go back and forth with my baby mama and all that. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
when we talking about winning and living a life of agency and command, of course I've taken some L's, but I'm out here winning. So how do you discard the Jay Shines of the world and brothers who actually have experience and then line up behind people who don't? You know, I don't understand that mindset. I don't get it. I thought it only exists in the church, but I guess a cult is a cult.
Mhm.
You know, a cult's a motherfucking cult, and this shit is sad to watch grown men. And there's some good dudes in this space. There's some dudes in this space that you know, on a personal level, I like. They good dudes. They have a life experience I can respect. You know, they got expertise. They're smart, but because of fanboyism, the need to want to be down, they can't help themselves.
Yeah.
And this same thing's going on the women's side. There's women. All right, there's women I've talked to behind the scenes that
Mhm.
don't agree with that shit that's going over there with the divestment and the words that come out of some females' mouths. But they can't break away from it for some reason. You know what I mean? They can't break away from this shit. They still go along with the
Mhm.
bullshit. You know, so to me, this all constitute weakness.
Mhm.
You weak.
Yeah, but you know, and that's why I say is like, so what can you do, right? So what can you do? The only thing that you can do is, you know, not everybody can do it, but only thing that you can do is prepare a place, um, um, and you know, and if people feel welcome, they'll come and say whatever they're going to say or whatever.
Mm,
Now, and that's why, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean, I do what I do, but you know what I mean, I'm moving in a different thing. And that's why I like to have these like once a month powwows. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a life. I got shit to do. I ain't got time to be sitting up here like every day holding the stream. Like now, if that's all I did, you know, for like revenue or money or whatever, that's fine. I don't knock anybody there. But two, three, four, 5 times out of a damn day, nah, bro. You know what I mean? Because the production, like, over. I'm like, yo, the first thing in the street is supply and demand. Like, if you was a street nigga, the first rule of business is supply and demand. Like, you know what I'm saying? You supply to meet the demand. But if you oversupply, there's not enough demand, then now, you know what I'm saying, your product is not worth anything. So you
yeah.
always play in the market like that. You like, here's the thing, and this is the thing that I like, this is entertainment, this is television. At the end of the day, people can choose to tune in, they can tune out, right? If you're if you take, let's just take the marketing aspect of what Kevin did, right? I'm not taking his message. I don't care about his message. I don't consign to his message. But let's just take the marketing aspect of what he did. Now, if you consider what Kevin did, and he's a legend, he's not even doing what the basic YouTuber does outside of YouTube, outside of black YouTube. He got a camera. He doesn't even have the best camera. Doesn't have the best lens. Matter of fact, during his streams, he's actually still fiddling and setting up his shit.
Mm-hmm.
He's not even locked in his overlays.
Yeah,
he's not even locked
in while he's flying. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not locked in, right? Matter of fact, Tasha K had probably the best presentation to date when you're talking about when she did that interview with Kevin. Now, I had a problem that she came there not looking somewhat her best, and it looked like it was Kevin's spot.
Yeah.
You know, that was the only thing that I had a problem with in the presentation, but it is what it is, right? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, and we know what that was. But at the end of the day, presentation means a lot. If you're calling him a legend off of that presentation, here's the next thing, right? You got to be able to connect with people. So that means that he's a legend. That means that you are not personable enough to actually collab with other content creators in your community, in your space. That's a problem.
Well,
that's a serious problem.
My whole problem with the whole legend nonsense, right? How can you call a motherfucker a legend that creates a fucking arbitrary set of fucking standards that he doesn't even fucking fit himself?
Well, you know what I'm saying? And you're absolutely right, Cerulli. Like, you know what I mean? But you know why he's a legend, right? Here's the thing, right? You know why he's a legend? Not in whatever. But you know why he's a legend in that space is because he's doing things that they've been.
I'll tell you why he's legendary, and to them, it's because he's talking he's talking to the girls.
Exactly.
It's all about the girls, man. It's motherfucking girls, goddamn it, girls. Drop that Jay-Z track, man.
Hold on one second. Chaos, what can I do for you?
Oh shit.
Good evening, guys. How you doing?
What's up, Chaos? What's going on, bro?
One question I do want to ask. I'm not sure you covered it earlier, Dre, because I just came here momentarily. I've been doing so many things right now. It's just ridiculous. You feel that with so much distractions in the world, with this thing with Bill Cosby, for a reason, they just let him go surprisingly. It makes me wonder, as a man, critically, say, what things are they doing behind closed doors? You know? Because a lot of people are talking about this. That's my thing I want to know. The real deep in the rabbit hole. Yeah.
Well, Bill Cosby had secrets, and he was about to snitch, and he couldn't just mysteriously die in jail all of a sudden, so they had to let him go.
Interesting.
Like, like he was in a Playboy mansion with the rest of them. So, you know what I mean? Like, Epstein's dead. The chick that was with Epstein, she's locked up. They got her in the rubber room so she can't mysteriously die all of a sudden. And Bill Cosby is 85 years old with all of the secrets. Damn. He's the only one. He's the last one really living from that era. So he's got secrets on everybody. Think about it. He got JFK secrets. He got CIA secrets. You know what I'm saying? He got all them secrets. You know what I'm saying? And they basically said, now, nigga, are you not going to try to buy NBC again? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's basically what it is.
NBC? I thought NBC was already
the third time. No. He tried to buy NBC the first time, and his son died. He tried to buy NBC the second time, and the girl and the woman popped up. He tried to buy the third time.
Comcast on it now, so.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? So you know, at the end of the day, all of that, but you know, all of those stations and all of that stuff, BBC Radio, all of that is owned by Viacom anyway.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. So basically he had a choice. Like, they gave Oprah a choice. You can have own, you can make your own thing, like, you know, give you a little thing or whatever. Now Bill Cosby wanted NBC because they didn't want another Byron Allen. They got a Byron Allen problem. right? You know what I'm saying? So they didn't want a Byron Allen problem. And if Bill Cosby owned NBC, they already know what was going to happen. And Bill Cosby was going to turn the whole NBC into the quote unquote the Cosby Show, which was he was going to do certain type of programming a certain way. People can say what they want about Bill Cosby, but I will say this. I don't condone what he did or whatever he was doing or whatever was going on. But I will say this. What the man did was he made sure that if you look at the shows that he was involved in, The Cosby Show, Different World, even to a certain degree, The Fresh Prince, he put black people in a position where we wasn't sucking. We was shown in a different light that made black people want to go to college, that made black people want to be doctors, lawyers, be something better than what they was, and to show the rest of the society of America and outside of that we aren't what we are betrayed to be. And this is when we are allowed to run our own production, how we can portray ourselves. Because the only person that we had before that was George Jefferson. Like if you really think about that when you talk about sitcoms, because if you look at Different Strokes, that was a white man saving two fucking black kids, right? If you look at what next thing was Good Times, right? You know what I'm saying? James died, and then until and until Thelma married her husband, and he got like a spot with the Bears, right? You know what I'm saying, on the football team. That was the only way we can get out of the hood is through entertainment to that certain degree. Like we couldn't just, and then the show ended. Like, can we see them?
Progress.
Can we see the progress? Can we see what happened next? No, that shit is off, right? And then if you look at it another perspective, right? The next thing that we get is what? We get Coming to America, right? But then the character that Eddie Griffin is playing is the African immigrant. You don't, these tropes and these things that are being passed on, where as a young black child growing up in America, watching a different world, watching a sitcom, watching the point of looking at college life. I want to be a part of that. And if you haven't noticed, that's when we had a major uptick in college graduates, male and female, in the black community during that stride.
Up to some part 2000, I could be wrong, but
in the traditional black in the HBCUs were pumping.
It wasn't just him, man. It was it was what Robert Townsend was doing. It was what
Robert Townsend.
It was what it was what the Wayans were doing. It was what Eddie was doing with Boomerang and Coming to America. We had a great balance of black male leadership and black females, and being portrayed as gorgeous.
Yes,
you know what I mean? And believe it or not, what Cosby did with Claire Huxtable, the professional woman, that was an upgrade, because even with the Jeffersons, Weezy didn't work.
Yeah, she didn't work.
Weezy didn't work. You know what I mean? And so we didn't have black women who were professional black women still being moms and all that, because they knew that was something that was going on in our society in the 80s. Black women were getting office jobs and stuff like that. So
especially 80s when the start to really pick up.
Putting all that shit aside, all the fucking black people he put through college in the civil rights movement, all the money he gave the civil rights leaders, and look, we don't have to like everything about an individual, man, but if anybody had a right to criticize the black community, he did. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you right now, if I'm giving millions of dollars for kids to go to school, and I step on a goddamn HBCU, I'm on campus, there's a bunch of niggas walking around with their pants off, hanging up there, I'm gonna say something too. That's not what he paid for.
And it's funny. It's funny you mentioned Jay Sean. A lot of people gave him pushback during that pound cake speech. That's what they called it. Yeah, and I was like over 10 years ago. But when I look at the overall message, they forgot Bill Cosby is not baby born. He's one of them. There was a certain name they called back then, because he's more in the late 30s. He's 84 now. That he grew up in an era where he gone through, the series of oppression, Jim Crow, all that stuff, and he sees that we have the capability to do better. So he tried to put the image of better progressive people.
And he didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we do in the Spear, where we just argue about what's wrong with the black community. He actually put his money where his mouth was and did what he can do. and did it the way he felt he can do it. And I applaud that, man. Now I would say this. In other societies, when they have great men like that who take care of endowments and put people to school and all that, they protect them. White people protect white boys who are fucking teenagers. Who are
Matt
many
Gates,
people,
right?
well, no, not even that. They're going to protect him too. But even just white boys who got affluenza, who run people over and DUIs and shit.
But at
Could
the
that stay?
same,
Could
but at the
that
same
stay for
time,
future?
Jay.
Huh?
But at the same time, Jay, Cosby is a telltale sign. Really kind of like the moral to a story. When you get to doing the whole pound cake and against your own, especially what kind of system your people are in, your people are in a fucking wicked system. You gotta expect that some of that wickedness has rubbed off on them. If they're in an abnormal system and they're acting abnormally, why the fuck are you going after the motherfuckers that are affected by it rather than the motherfuckers that's affecting them?
But I mean, but look at the space we're in now, right
But it's
now.
a more,
Look at all
but
these
what I'm
conservatives running around here, and look at how they're talking about their people, and they've done nothing. You know what I mean? So when I contrast that with what he did, in his little speech, and for him to lose support because he was maybe out of pocket, maybe off code. But I mean, I gotta push it on the balance. I gotta push it on the scale.
It's a real simple thing. Before recently, you talk to the average Negro conservative. In their minds, white people are perfect. Black people are flawed. America's flawed because of black people, not because of the system created by whites. Right? But it's a telltale sign. When you go against your own people, you cannot expect your own people to come to your defense in your greatest time of need. What was that dude? What was that dude name that just got locked up in like Sweden or Norway or some shit?
You talking about ASAP Rocky?
ASAP Rocky. Now was calling on his community to fucking help him as a like dude. You gonna sit out there and betray the fucking movement? You could have fucking completely been apathetic. Look, if you're gonna ask me about something, ask me about my music. Don't ask me about complex social issues. Oh, niggas would accept that answer. They say, "Oh man, we all lives matter." Nigga, that's the op talking. And now you get locked up in Norway, a mostly white country, but you call it on niggas though.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Surya. What I'm saying is that, we got to put things on a scale. ASAP Rocky doesn't have any works. You know what I mean? So when he goes against his community and talks out of line, then fuck him. You know what I mean? But when you have somebody has the track record of a Cosby and he goes out and he says he didn't go against his community. He said some shit that was out of line, out of pocket. I agree. I didn't agree with that speech.
He went to an HBCU.
Yeah, HBCU. Yeah, he was. He didn't go to NBC and say it in front of a bunch of white people. You know what I'm saying? So look, I don't agree with what he said, but you know what I mean. But who am I to judge somebody who pumped millions and millions of dollars into the black community?
But hold up, the whole venue. Ain't nobody walking around on no HBCU campus sagging their pants. No,
that's not true. That's not true. No. I was on Howard, hanging out at Howard all the time, and niggas is acting like they were street niggas. You know what I mean?
There is more motherfuckers walking around there in high heels and dresses on your average HBCU than niggas walking around there as thugs.
Oh yeah, I don't think he's a Morehouse.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
But I think he's a Temple. I don't think he's a Morehouse man, but I'm just saying, like,
but I'll tell you this:
the street culture was bleeding over into.
He didn't call out none of that fucking homoerotic shit that was happening on the HBCU campuses. But he gonna point out a motherfucking handful of thugs, and when he did it,
he called out some shit I would have called out too, Sweeney. If I pump millions of dollars into young men being into college, and I come on college campuses and niggas is walking around like they in the hood, you know what I mean? I want to say something. Now how he did it, I disagree, but I'm going to say something, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to hold one speech against him on top against all his works. You know what I
That
mean?
that pound cake speech was on every major network from NBC, CNN, Fox
Yeah,
News,
man, but
NBC.
that's the
Like,
devil doing what they do. You know what I mean? There's
but
nothing you
see,
can do around it.
that lets
There's
me
white
know.
people walking around right now using Malcolm X and using Martin Luther King against black people.
That lets me know Bill Cosby wasn't cognizant of where the fuck he was at or who the fuck he was
Cerrone, he
talking
made
to.
a mistake. Okay, I agree. But I'm saying that I'm not holding that against him, against his works. We got to keep this in context. You got niggas out here who talk worse than Bill Cosby and done nothing for the black
But
community.
at the same time, yeah, we could talk about his works, but I'll tell you this: the money that he's put into investing in men pales in comparison into the money he's spent at fucking Studio 54 at fucking the Playboy Mansion. If you know about the motherfucking stories, they can spend billions of dollars on a fucking weekend at the Playboy Mansion.
Oh well, he still did more than most. You know what I mean? He still did
Fucking
more than most. I'm not going to sit here and judge how much of his income he should have gave. You know what I mean? I think it's going too far. He done more than most.
while he's giving moral condemnation to young men who ain't even fucking got their fucking life together or off the ground yet.
But hold up, Cerulean, I thought we didn't care about morality. I don't give a fuck about morality. I care about the resources that he was given and the aid he was given. That's all I care about. I don't care. I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to sit here.
Wait,
I'm saying, hold on, let me finish. I'm not going to sit here.
Because of what he did. Because of what he did,
Cerulean, we going up against people.
Separate the morality from the resources.
You can.
Because if we talk
You know
about
why you can? Because we're in the same system with these crackers who do that shit all the time. So it's really irrelevant.
No, what I'm saying is we can't, because if we're going to focus solely on the fucking resources, he should have focused solely on the resources. What he did to help those young men, that should have been it. Their behavior beyond those resources ain't got a motherfucking thing to do with his fucking resources.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Right. I'm gonna say this. He was at a black HBCU. He was there to speak. He spoke what he saw. Right. What he saw. Right. Okay. So what he said, he was going in too much. He was saying too much. Right. There's a way that you got to do it. You correct. You know what I mean? If you're going to give some correction, you do it in love or whatever. You know what I mean? There's a certain point that you step. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Right. Old dude talking. Now, the problem is, here's the problem. Here's the issue. Here's the problem. I don't know when he did that. I think he was like 70 something or whatever he was when he did that.
How old is he now?
He 83. So I think 83, 84, something like that.
He was actually in his late 60s when he said that.
Yeah, so he's in his late 60s. Here's the problem. Here's the issue, right? He's in his late 60s when he said that, right? Where was the 50-year-old? Where was the 40-year-old? And where was the 35-year-old that needed to speak to those young people that were closer to their age to say it in such a way where they could have took it the right way and be cognizant of the media or what's going on, right?
Well, see, now, check it out. Dre, if you go back and look at that video, the people he talking to ain't none of them in there on no thug shit. When he was saying it, in fact, most of the people was applauding. Do you know who was actually condemning Cosby for that pound cake speech? It was the academics. Like, look at the video we had. Motherfuckers in button ups and blazers. Motherfuckers is cheering them on. And even though there were people in the crowd that disagree with him, they still, just for the sake of the optics, still applauded him. And waited until after, no disrespect, waited until after he gave them all this moral condemnation to actually state their grievances with Cosby.
Okay, but see, this is what I'm saying.
That is the fucking problem.
Well,
look, what I do with my community organization, DFTC St. Paul, we do it because this is what we want to do. This is what we deem necessary. This is our fucking mission. After that, whatever that young brother go off and do after that is on him. As long as I take my fucking part. Fuck all of that other behavioral fucking virtual signaling shit. I have to fucking go in there with the mindset that I understand what kind of world these young black men are going to interface.
Right. So, and this is what I'm saying is this, right? Is like I said, both of y'all have your point. But what I'm trying to bring up is why is a 69-year-old man, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, he's sitting in front of these people. If they were applauding, right, then they're in the same age bracket as him, right? So if there were no younger folk in the meeting, right, or what he was speaking about, then he was speaking of people in positions of power, right, or positions of leadership, right? So that meeting where he was speaking and then how they got the thing and they ran with it, and Cosby saying this about the black community and they're going to use it however way they want to use it for. But if he was talking to them and they were his juniors, and I guess he was the elder, I guess what he was trying to say in that situation, because you know how the older generation talks to us, not to the younger generation, right? To us. We're talked to. We don't talk back. I'm 40. I can't talk. I don't talk back to my elders, right? Even if they dead ass wrong, you just sit there and grunt and deal with it, right? But what I'm saying is this, right? This is a time where we, as the new
Talking
leaders,
about the high heel shoes and dresses and
okay,
bras all open.
okay, so we get that, we get all that part, right? We get all that part, right? You know what I'm saying? We get that part. And that's all in the same thing. Now, if he's telling the leadership, right, that this is what he's seeing when he walks around the campus, this is what he's seeing, this is what he's witnessing, this is what he's witnessing, the behavior openly, right? Now, Cosby the man, whatever, right? But this is what he's witnessing, right? And when he went to college, this is not what happened. This is when you had all of this on your plate or whatever, right? 69 years old at the time. He shouldn't be talking to them directly. So what is he doing? Right? And we know in the military, shit rolls downhill. So we've been in the military. We done been in the office. We done been in the war rooms, really, and Jay Sean, I guess. It's just, and you done been in those meetings where those top officials is talking to, those O2s, O3s, O4s, O5s, those captains and commanders and whatever.
That's why the military, everything's compartmentalized.
Okay, so he's talking to the department heads. If there's no young people in there, right? And I'm not saying what he said was right. I'm saying it's not right because he went overboard. But what he is saying is that the reason why they're acting the way they're acting, right, and they don't keep it together is because you aren't engaged with them. That's what he was basically trying to say in that. Now, like I said, the way he said it, the way he delivered it was fucked up, right? But let's not say the least. That's what has to be done. Now, here's the other problem with this. Here's the other point with this. If they're engaged and you have to be a certain way and you act a certain way, if the men act a certain way, right, then all of that dress shit will fall in line too. You get what I'm saying? Like, and that will happen naturally, right? But the problem is that it was the leadership, because he's not at the school all the time. He wasn't there all the time. He's not there all the time, right? So he's talking to the people that are the faculty that are there all the time. And he's telling them what he sees and he's discussed it and he's holding them accountable for why it's looking like this, right? Yeah, that's what he's doing. Now, the way he did it, it wasn't right. But
I don't want to inject this because Elijah Muhammad was a very flawed individual. And we all know the Nation of Islam has rules, tenets, all kinds of stuff, and they provide for their group, and there's a lot of good things that come out of the Nation of Islam, cleaning up black people, not giving up on the quote Pookies and Ray Rays, you know what I mean, and the Keishas, you know what I mean? So, there's a lot of great things. I'm not folding up the whole Nation of Islam just because now we found out all the fuckery about Elijah Muhammad. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that because he was morally, bankrupt. When we're fighting a war of attrition, all the thousands of students that were educated by Dr. Cosby, that's what matters more to me than his speech. You know what I mean? Because with those new young people coming up, they could have, and in some ways they created another reality, especially for their families. You know what I mean? In their bloodlines. It took a lot of relief off a lot of poor black women who had children who wanted to go to school. And I cannot put that on the scale and then take a fucking speech that I didn't like, and then you know what I'm saying. I just can't do that.
Oh,
You
but
know.
see, at the same time, this is what I'm saying, right? Like, and we know this dealing with not just the military, but
Mhm.
some of you, like I know you have,
Mhm.
dealing with fucking world leaders.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ain't these motherfuckers is
One,
trifling.
one,
Yeah.
one speech, one speech could undermine your
Mm-hmm.
entire leadership.
Mm-hmm.
One speech can
It could
undermine
if
your
you let
entire.
it. If you let it. And that's one thing I respect about the dominant society. These crackers don't let shit like that happen. They don't give a fuck what they do. They gonna keep it
Like
rocking.
take,
And we
like
gotta
take for
stop
instance,
stopping the ball just because somebody says something outside of line, out of context. We gotta keep moving. He said some crazy shit. Fuck it, okay. But what he did a lot of tangible stuff. Let's get those tangibles and let's move it to the next level. You know
I
what I
mean,
mean? We're not gonna repeat
put it,
that shit.
I put it like this:
Mm-hmm.
Ben Roethlisberger, who played for the Steelers,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
graduated from what, Miami University,
Mm-hmm. The U.
right?
Yeah.
Regular donor. Big checks going back to his alma mater,
Mm-hmm.
right? Now, mind you, Miami University has a notorious record of criminal sexual conduct on campus.
Mm-hmm.
Would you keep that in mind?
Hmm.
What do you think his penalty would be if he went out there like, we got to do something about these rapes, right? Now, whole Pete. Now, I'm using Ben as an example. Mind you, this is coming from the nigga that's been around the entire country, fucking raping bitches without prejudice, no fucking remorse.
Dipping in the pudding.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is that it speaks to the irresponsibility of
Hmm.
especially black celebrity to be speaking on complex social issues. If it's gonna be about the fucking those resources, let it be about that.
Yeah.
That
Mm-hmm.
Now,
behavior.
here's the thing. I'm glad you said that, Julian, because here's the flip side of this. You got a lot of people, and it's also we see it in YouTube, who
Mm-hmm.
talk fly, who look the part, but they do nothing for their people. It's all emotionalism. You know what I mean? These fucking people just put Trump in office. They put a fucking grabber by the pussy, Mr. Bankruptcy, Mr. Pitchman, a bullshit racist in office, and then saw that he was what he was in office, and will put him back in office again.
Yeah, he's trying to
So
get him around for
I can't.
2024.
I can't. I understand the moral
Well, you gotta look at
complexities,
it.
but I just can't. I can't have this
Why
conversation.
was
You know what I
why
mean?
was Trump why was Trump really so popular? Trump
Because
really
he
was
because he
he was
promotes
the
white
most
supremacy and white nationalism.
well, it's something even deeper than that.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why he was so popular is because he's a living and one of the most successful examples of faking it until you make it.
That's true too. I get that. I get the draw to that because
Yeah.
our favorite street conservative keeps his balls in his mouth for that reason. Go ahead though.
Mm-hmm.
Fake it till you make it. Opening up shadow companies,
Hmm.
stealing money from federal pensions.
Not paying taxes and bragging about it. Go ahead. Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Collapsing that company, filing bankruptcy over and over again, just so he don't have to pay the damn taxes.
And then bragged about it. Talking
And
about he's
brag
smart.
about
Yeah, on multiple
it.
occasions.
Yeah. What I'm gonna do here is we got last 3 minutes, so we gonna do this because the producer's over here looking at me crazy.
Oh,
You know
I'll
what I'm
let you have it,
saying?
man. Let me
You know
hop.
what
I'm
I'm saying?
gonna
No,
get my
no, no,
ass in
no,
the bed.
no, no, no,
Yeah.
no. These are opening, closing thoughts, man. So let
Oh no, I'm
give
saying
me.
my shit is. I'm not even going to do it. I'll give my minutes to Cerulean. Uh,
Oh no, no,
I'm
no. This is
I'm
the
about to go
closing
lay it
thoughts.
down, man, and I'm a dream about one of the ladies in the chat room and I can go to sleep. So anyway,
It's all love, but don't get me wrong.
Yeah, yeah. No, 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 no.
Much respect. I still have much respect for Bill Cosby. Think, I watched a lot of those shows growing up, like Fat Albert, like the Cosby Show.
mhm,
Had the
different world.
grandfather,
Yeah.
yeah, the different world. Had the
Mhm.
grandfather that was the voice of one of my favorite characters on Thundercats.
Oh, Jaga.
Right?
What's up, Johnny?
Panthro, the voice
Panthro.
of
Okay,
Panthro.
that's right.
Yeah.
He was Bill Cosby's father in the
Yeah,
Cosby.
that's right. That's right. That's right. He was.
Right?
Yeah.
Watched all that growing up. Still have a lot of respect for him. But see, we don't really know a lot of the intricate details. You hear a lot of the stories. Oh, this man did this and this man did that. This man, spending millions of dollars at Playboy Mansions and providing all of the drugs for a weekend partying at Studio 54. And we know what Studio 54 was.
Yeah.
That was the SGL Community Club.
Yeah, man. That was the rave and Molly's and SC club of its time. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was that same gender loving crew, right? The precursor to LGBTQ.
They called it free love, Cerulean.
They call what they want.
It don't cost you nothing, Cerulean. It's free.
It's free. It's free.
I want to know how free.
Free
was it? Because somebody in Studio 54 gave that nigga Magic Johnson that don't look past. I'll tell you
God
that.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Hey, look, the other one is but I'm still trying to figure out, right? Because I've been, since I ever heard this joke from Richard Pryor, what does $1.50 worth of cocaine look like? Like you know what I'm saying? Like I just growing up. But I'm gonna say this, man. We had I appreciate everybody coming up here, man. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Listen, and for y'all that's listening to us talk and stuff like this is how men have conversations. This is an example how men have conversations with different views and come to an agreement or whatever. You know what I'm saying? No one's trying to make anyone think a certain way, whatever. And we still got love.
And we're not going to disrespect each other because we think differently.
Nah.
You know what I mean? That shit got to stop, man. You don't believe that's that cult shit. If you don't believe what I believe, nigga, you supposed to be rocking with me, nigga. You agree with me last Tuesday on the panel, and now you saying something different. What the fuck? You fugazi, you a maggle. I mean, it's stupid. This shit done turned into some dumb shit, man. That I can't deal with no more. So as I leave the space, I'm gonna keep it 100. My Ray J voice 100. And that's all I'm going to serve is as far as I go as I leave the space, because this shit is crazy. And I'm saying names, and I'm going to start doing content soon because I actually want to do my next video is going to be on Rumsfeld. I got a Rumsfeld story.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
I got a Donald Rumsfeld story. And I want to go in deep into Rumsfeld. And I'm going to show you how deep the rabbit hole goes with these white folks, man. How symbolism matters with them. It's some real deep shit that I'm going to expose about Rumsfeld. And I'm going to give my Rumsfeld story on the day I almost got fired because of that bastard. So anyway, let me go to bed, man. It's late as fuck over here.
Yeah, what time is it over there, Sean?
Man, it is 5 a.m. Nigga. I've been up working on this contract, and then I was fucking with you. And
he always blame me when he up.
Now I'm gonna get like 3-4 hours sleep. I'm gonna get like 4 hours sleep, nigga. And I'm gonna think about one of the worlds in the chat room. Then I'm gonna put my thumb in my mouth, go to sleep, and then I'm gonna wake up in 4 hours.
Hold on, wait a minute. Hey, see, y'all see, don't listen to Sean. See, he gonna go into work. He gonna go into work tomorrow, right? And he gonna realize the 4th of July is on goddamn Sunday, right? And he gonna walk right the fuck out. And go the fuck back home. I'm telling you what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm off Tuesday too. I'm off Monday and Tuesday. I took a day off, and so I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna work today. Then I'm gonna sleep some more tomorrow night. I'm gonna get up early Saturday. I got my test drive Saturday morning. What
you getting, man? What you getting, man?
Oh, my X7.
X7? That don't sound like a Malibu.
Nah, I ain't a Malibu, man. We don't do that.
Oh, that's that new BMW truck.
Yeah, that's it.
Hold on, wait a minute. So you're going to go test drive it and you're going to bring it home, but is the dude from the dealership going to come and take it back and say your credit didn't work out and you got to get a Malibu?
Nonsense.
Okay.
Nonsense. That's impossible.
No, wait a minute. But you do got your truck over there now, right? Your
I
truck
got
over there
my
now.
other joint's paid off. My vehicle, I'm on vehicles paid off. Yeah.
So you trading that one in, or you
Nope,
just
it's paid off.
nope?
It's keeping. Yeah, it's keeping.
Are you keeping it? Oh, so you want to have two BMW?
Yeah.
You got two BMW? No, man. You could listen. No, man.
Yeah. I
No.
might give it to
Two,
my
man.
daughter. I might not. I don't know. It depends on what she
Hold on.
wants.
Wait a minute. So you telling me that your daughter is not reaching over you for the peanut butter and jelly, and you can actually hand her a car down
if she wants it? Yeah.
if she wants it.
She don't like it, so I don't know. You know what I mean? She don't like my car.
She don't like the cars,
Nah.
but you know what? You know what? You can actually pass it down to your daughter. Get your daughter a car. I gave my middle son my old car, and then he got a new car, and he gave it to my in-laws because you know what I'm saying.
I got other things I passed down to my daughter called RAs, land and properties. That's what I passed down to my daughter.
No, man, listen, you messing up. The YouTube and the Cash App passwords need to be on that will, man. The inquisitor of the will, the executor of the will, need to pass them YouTube passwords, super chat,
and username. Don't forget the username.
Username.
Password's no good without a username.
And make sure you change that password every 30 days.
About to fuck you up now.
What you do? What?
You once upon a time asked like, "What you gonna pass down on your YouTube password?" Well, guess what? Recently just happened.
What happened?
Not only Google, but YouTube and all of its subsidiary companies has a piece of a questionnaire when you make it a new account, just in case you die. Who would you like your account to go to? That's a part of the questionnaire now.
Oh shit! Damn it, Jay.
Damn, man.
Yeah, damn it, Jay. It's your fault, Jay. They heard you. The people in the clouds heard you because now they can tax the hell out of you. Because you know they can tax.
They're making it a family affair now.
Yeah.
Shit.
God damn it. Who's that Jay Shine guy? It's like, that's a damn good idea.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can tax the states 27%.
I'll take pictures, man, and show y'all, man, you know, because I'm going to have fun Saturday. But before I put this down payment, man, I'm going to test drive this bitch. And,
man, drive the poo-poo out of it, man.
I'm going to drive the fuck out. I'm going to scare the fuck out of it.
You going all black, all white?
All white, man.
All white? Okay.
You know, black trim.
Black trim?
Peanut butter interior. Peanut butter interior.
Ooh, that's going to be nasty.
In fact, I got a picture on my desktop.
Oh, yo, well, come on, man! You gotta, man. You can't be showing off halfway. You gotta go all the way in.
This is my bill, man. This is my bill, and I got my quote and everything. So now it's just about putting the money down and getting it built out. So that's what it looks like right there.
That is. Oh shit, that's sexy. You going with those rims, or you going with the?
Yeah, I'm going with those. Yeah. Those.
Oh, those. Okay, yeah, man.
This is the built. And they give you a code for your build, and you send it to them, and they build you out a quote.
Now, let me ask you a question. Is it hybrid?
Nah. They don't make X7s in hybrid yet.
Not
X7s. Yeah.
Yes,
so good.
What's the highway miles per gallon?
Be honest, I don't even know.
Don't even know. See, don't even care. See, look at that. You don't give a fuck about gas prices. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I got my other car, man. So when I get home, you know, because I'm not buying another car anytime soon. I'm gonna keep this bitch for a long time, you know. So, and I got other cars, and if I need a used car, I go pick up a used car and keep it moving. Because when I commute, when I'm back in the States, man, I'm not commuting that.
You know what I'm saying? Now before you leave, Sean, you know what I mean, before we do this, I got to do this real quick. In the chat, how many likes did we get? You know what I'm saying? How many likes did we get in the chat? Can everybody let me know what we got? I'm sorry. We're entering the petty zone. If you do not want to be a part of the petty zone, please exit to the left, to the right, to the forward, and the aft of the petty zone. You have 5 seconds to leave. Let me check the chat. Let me see. Okay, we got 15 likes. Yes, we do. So
Turner.
Take that, boy.
Turner.
And one left.
Turner.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
Appreciate the
16 likes,
panelists.
actually.
You know what I'm saying? 16 likes, 18. You know what I'm saying? Well, we don't want to run it into the hole because, we believe in modesty around here. You know what I'm saying? I notice when I'm petty, the spirit gets my views up. But anyway, appreciate every last one of y'all coming up, fellas, for the session. Chaos, thank you for joining us. Cerulean Commander, thank you for coming through as always, dropping wonderful jewels and knowledge and so forth and everything. Please check out the initiative if you want some solutions as men to your problems. You know what I'm saying? All three of us up here, me, Jay Sean, and Cerulean, are actually solution-based people, and we are products of said initiative. Soldiers in every home and so forth. And to everybody that's in the chat, to all of the mods, y'all did a great and lovely job today. We kept it down. Chaos joining us. Thank you for joining us today. As Jay Sean goes to sleep, we're going to get off of here because anything over 3 hours devolves into dereliction, dysfunction, and debauchery. I got shit to do because I got a life. Y'all have a good evening. No one will beg you to be great, but we will hold you accountable.
I just
Cerulean,
want
you
to
got
say
anything
real
to say?
quick. I just want to say before I go, I'm looking at the chat room. It's like two women are married, so that's really narrowing it down. So who's gonna tuck me in tonight? Who am I thinking about?
Oh snap!
For the next show, to next time.
Next time.
Let me stop playing. I don't even fuck with y'all. I ain't thinking about none of y'all tonight, nigga. I'm going to bed.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Cerulean, was you on when I told that Bobby Brown story?
No.
Oh shit! I gotta tell him.
Hey,
I'll tell you later. I was telling him how I met Bobby Brown. Can I tell him real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. You got it.
I was telling him the second time I met Bobby Brown, I was on my first spider, right? I had his white RSS spider, and I'm downtown DC in Main Street, and I pull up to a red light, and it's a Bourbon, or it was a Bourbon, or I can't. It was a long SUV. Pulls up next to me, and there's a brother, looking in the driver's seat, and then the back seat window comes down, and it's Bobby Brown, and he's like, "Yo, that joint is fly." You looking at my motorcycle, and he's like, "How fast does it go?" So I see it's Bobby Brown. I turn the engine off, hop off in the middle of traffic. I'm like, "Oh shit, Bobby B." And I get off the motorcycle, come around. I come to the window and give him a pound. He's like, "Yeah, that shit fast." Like, "Yeah, man, you should get you one." And we chopping it up. And there's some hood rat, some hood booger in the back seat. She comes over and she's like, "Damn, he got off his bike and everything. He pressed." I look at her and I said, "Well, cause he's Bobby Brown and you a nobody, bitch." And Bobby Brown and his driver died laughing. Niggas just like, they fucking died. So he was like, "All right, man, you be good, man. You be good." He was like, "He's ushering me off because I'm fucking up the mood." And he's like, "All right, man. Be good, man. Be good. Drive ride safe, man. I'm gonna check it out. And they pull off. And that was my second time I met Bobby Brown. So anyway, I got another one, but I can't tell it on here.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I can't tell it. The H2O story is crazy.
Oh no, yeah, you don't want to incriminate.
Tonight I met Ralph Tresvant and Bobby Brown. Yeah, that shit is crazy. But anyway, that was my second time I met Bobby Brown in the middle of the middle of the street at a red light. And I had to cuss one of his bitches out because she tried to curb me,
See, you know what I'm saying? So it's really you do us the honors before we close down there.
Man, just say it's a pleasure as always to say salute to the nation. Long live black nobility, ever on the bleach.
Appreciate it. Sean, you gonna give us yours before you roll out, bro? Sean?
Oh, me?
Yeah, man.
I thought you talking about Chaos. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm good, man.
You ain't say you saying, man. We need you to say you saying, man.
Yeah, business is life and life is business, man. Y'all handle yours.
You know what I'm saying? We do branding around here.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
No problem, man. Yo, check out the brothers' channels. You know what I'm saying? And see y'all next week. Tomorrow. Just Ask Char's advice channel going down at 9:30 p.m. I think Central Standard Time. Yeah, 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time with her co-host Classic Ruby. Vonda's going to be up there. Hopefully, if she's not busy, Simply Neek's going to be up there.
Vonda's not around tonight.
You know what I'm saying? She busy, man. She on Cali time, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Man, so you know what I'm saying. So we gonna be doing it. And if we about to end this, and if you ain't got nothing to do, you may want to go over to Him That Shall Not Be Named's channel, and talk about the same shit he was talking about 3 years ago. All right, so we out. You know what I'm saying? The Kangaroo Court is down the journey. Y'all have a good one. The Petty Minister is out.